That is
Yeah.
not them,
That's
bro.
wild.
Stop.
Yeah, that's them in high school, bro. That's them right there.
That's
Hold
not
on,
them in no
hold
damn
on.
high
That's them right
school.
there. What you mean?
That is not them in high
I
school.
Yeah,
need
it
Stop
some
was.
that
Yeah, it
shit.
receipts.
was.
I need some receipts. I need to return some stuff to Target. Can I get some receipts, please?
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2025. Just live your truth. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, live the
They
truth
broke
with
up.
the
They
This
broke
receipts.
up over
bitch
the
been
high
No,
school.
well,
obsessed with
listen,
women. I
listen,
don't want her.
listen,
I'm not
listen.
into
Look,
women. None of that
listen.
shit.
Let me
Like,
say this real quick. Let me say
like,
this
leave
real
me alone.
quick. Let me say this real quick. Y'all both intelligent, smart black women. So instead of having an ignorant conversation where y'all calling each other curse nerves and suck pussy why do that? Why not just have a debate on like some sort of prompt and let's see who's more intelligent and who's got more pizzazz. Like let's have a healthy competition. Y'all good with that?
So I don't, you know what, bad sir, I would do that, but I don't do that no more because that's going to require me to defend black women, and I don't defend these bitches. They deserve everything that they get.
Well, then can we get some receipts? Then since you ain't trying to
At one
defend
point I would
nobody,
have
can
had
we
a
get a
healthy
receipt,
debate,
please?
Golden, but now I can't even defend black women. I can't, not after this.
Okay, let me
Because
hear
y'all
from
leaking a
AQ
lot
real
of
quick.
oil out here.
What's the problem with
They
black
deserve
women
to
right
get
now?
played,
Hold up, I
used,
want to hear
dogged
this.
out.
What's the problem with black women right now?
Okay, ooh, now we on to something. Ooh, yes. Like, can I answer this first? Now we on to something. This is my cup of tea. Okay, first of all, there are so many BLK women that have multiple kids by different men. They brag about being married and then sleeping around and not,
Word.
holding up their vows. Okay, that's number one. You don't see a lot of these women wearing their fucking real hair and and not only that, they wear a face full of fucking makeup. They're overweight. Okay, they 304s. They ain't taking care of their motherfucking kids. They're jealous and bitter of anybody that's lighter than their ass. I can go on and on, but that's just a gist of it.
Worried.
What I think is wrong with black women in today's society is that they look for something out of everybody that they come across. They think that they deserve something that they didn't work for or that they didn't earn. I can agree with a lot of the things she said about, especially in the household, they want to be, a lot of black women want to be the man, but don't want what comes with being a man. Yeah.
Did Tangy just bounce up out of here without the
I think
receipts?
Tansy did bounce, and I didn't see.
That's what
And I'll
she
be
did.
honest, y'all.
Bro,
I'll be
what
honest,
the?
y'all. I have to be honest, right? I'm not biased. I don't know anyone on this panel any more than anyone else. I talked to NQ probably equal amount of times that I've seen Tansy on here. So I gotta be honest. I didn't see any receipts, and it does sound like she was making it up. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't
Be
know. It could have
honest.
been true. We don't know yet. We don't know yet, host.
I don't know.
I saw
Do you got roaches in your house?
Galaxy level trolling.
No, I was just speaking in general, Okay, just go the ahead. majority, not people I've been around.
Oh, snap. We got people on the panel. Oh, snap.
Yes,
Oh,
of course.
snap.
Yeah, so that was my opinion. I think based off of what I heard, I would have had to said that Tansy was making the story about the man part up.
Is she
My
making up the
opinion.
roaches part? Is she making up the roaches part?
Oh man,
I wasn't here. So I
What?
can't speak on it.
Nobody has. Let's nip this in the bud, okay? I have not met anybody off this app. I don't talk to men off this app, okay? The person that I am talking to, okay, nobody on this app knows that. And I'm not going to reveal who he is at all, okay? I do not talk about my relationship or anything that I got going on this app, on the app, okay? So I can't really say anything because I'm not going to talk about my relationship.
all right, I feel you. Shiz. All right, let's start with the prompt real quick. Women want to take control of the family. True or false? NQ.
So, yeah, a lot of these women are coming for me, Vaster, and I think I'm gonna have to drop because I don't want to keep going on every woman that say shit because,
Don't be weak.
yeah, because
Don't
it's
be
going to be
weak.
too much. I can't deal with
NQ,
this.
stay
Every
up here.
woman
Don't be
says
weak.
something.
No. NQ, stay up
What
here.
they
Don't be
want
weak.
is See, the thing with me, and I'm over this. I'm not like a kiss ass to men type, and so they are. A lot of black women are, which is fine. I don't have an issue with that. However, they're not being submissive. Okay, they need to stay in their role and be submissive. Okay, I don't follow that rule because I'm not looking for nobody. Okay, black women, Nia in the comments, need to be submissive.
In the
Okay.
comments. What the comments got to do with this?
Well, I get it.
No,
All right. Let me.
say who in the comments? Who talking shit? Pick them out. Don't be just don't. Hey,
Yeah,
don't be
yeah,
scared.
yeah,
No,
put-
we're
put
not
a
going to
name
kick
on it.
people out for having their own opinion. We're not going to do that. But
I said pick. I said pick. P-I-C.
Oh, pick 'em out. Okay.
Pick them out. Don't just. Yeah. We gotta know
Put
who.
a name on it. That's what I say.
well, it's a lot of people. I'm looking at the comments now. Let me go.
I just want to say something real quick.
Go on ahead.
Vaster, I'm gonna say something real quick because I'm not
Go
standing
ahead,
up here.
Cupcake.
But you dead ass wrong. Because the moment that them women started insulting each other and doing all that, they both should have been dropped and muted. Period. And you know, I am very big on women coming together, not downing each other for I don't know what the hell happened between either of those women, but at the end of the day, this didn't do shit but fuel the fucking fire for men. It shouldn't have been no reason at all that either of them was up here insulting each other the way that they was. And that's all I got to say.
What do you mean by fuel the fire? Hold on. What do you mean by fuel the fire for men? What do you mean by fuel the fire for men?
Wait. So I think it was. Oh, she gone.
Yeah, I wanted to know what she meant by fuel the fire for men. Because you know what I'm saying?
I was like, how this helping me? How is this helping me?
He said, "Oh, she gone."
Yeah, I don't know. But she would have to answer that question. Let me go to at this point. All right, you've been here for a while. At this point, do you think women
sir.
want to? Cool. I might switch to another topic, but it made sense before to have this topic up. But let me ask you: at this point, do you think women want to take control of the family?
I think so, in some capacity.
Yes, sir. At some point, they do. Yes.
Yeah, I would say so because the new rule now is no longer man, wife, child. Now in today's society is woman, man. It's woman, child, then man. If that makes any sense, the roles kind of reversed in some capacity. I'm not saying this all the time, but that's typically.
And for sure, it's not all women either, but it is a good majority of women today in today's society. Yeah.
Usually the ones that take up these weird ideologies or, progressivism and woke culture.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Chili Willie. Do you agree with this as well? Do you think women want to take control of the family?
No, because I think people who have good role models in their household, they want to mimic that, like a LeBron James or them type of, not even LeBron James. I'm sorry, and he was my favorite because I would be around my father and you can hear them talk. You hear what make things go wrong. So you know your role, but your role is not bad. It's like, it's a lot as far as being, because the most I've managed in lifetime is 300 people. So a lot of time I slow down with how I talk because I never want to transgress anybody, because you have to have respect for everybody. And I really think about that. But no, I don't think women are trying to take over the household. They are really trying to find, because they are really trying to find a man. Well, I can't talk for women. You can only talk for yourself. So I think
Talk for women.
I said I can't talk to women. I can only speak for myself. I
No, you
can't
can
talk
speak
to
for
women.
you can speak
Oh,
for
talk.
women.
Okay.
Talk to
She said,
women.
talk for women. Talk for women.
I
You gotta
Okay.
can't
talk for women.
No,
Talk
you
because
for
can't.
women.
everybody don't have the same type of growing up.
What should they do,
I'm from
Tilly? You
Miami.
president. You
I'm
president
from
right now. What
Miami.
should they do?
And I'm from like design district, and that like if you go there, that's that Wynwood lifestyle, and people when I go to school and
All right, I'm
they
getting
didn't
lost, Chili.
understand me. They never
Gotcha.
understand me at
Let me.
school. Even the teachers could because they thought I was poor. I was
I
never
think
poor.
I think she's intoxicated. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
No.
Yeah. Let me.
We in that
Oh,
Miami life for
intoxicated.
real. She said, I didn't drink 3 shots tonight. I'm about to pop on this live.
Yes. Hold on.
Little
So if I
bit,
think you're
I
laughing,
did.
let
little
me know
bit.
there's
I ain't
She's
gonna lie to you.
intoxicated.
little bit. Let me go to
I
this
ain't gonna
prompt real
lie to
quick.
you.
Y'all tell me what y'all think of this one. All right, should we adopt African people and culture to fix our families and communities? Have we lost our way? Is it time to ask help from Africa?
That's no.
No.
I
Why
say
not? Why not?
I mean, what are the cultures that you're talking about? Because there's different cultures in Africa. So which specifically?
There's a lot.
Well,
So
there's a lot, but they are traditional. They have families. They have two-parent households. They seem to have, they're keeping their thing together.
Well, I think it's more if we just change the culture in America. We don't have to adopt it from anywhere else. We know what the culture should be.
Yeah, but we can't change it because we can't. We've tried a long time. I don't see it going anywhere. I think we need help, guys. I think it's time to ask for help.
we do need help, but at the same time, the only thing that we need is an image of success for our culture because there's so many images of success when it comes to what people want to be. And if you look at it, they have the corporate world that has an image, and then you know what I'm saying, then the hood and projects, neighborhoods have their image of success and they don't mix up. So we don't have a set way to look at, you know what I'm saying, like like what we're supposed to be to what we're supposed to look like to be successful, even in the family. Like a lot of things we want to say we're a two-parent household or we want to say that we want these things, but a lot of us aren't looking at these things and saying that is the way of success. So we have to have a image that we're going after for our culture to know that we are successful.
We have to make two-parent
So,
homes. We got to make two-parent homes and
so
families.
we got that. We got that. People have been saying those things forever. We actually need, like I think kind of what Golden Genius was saying, some sort of real connection to someone who's already had those experiences, and who actually embodies that. Why not African people?
It's a lot of
So can I want to come at it a different point because a lot of people are not going to agree with me, but the I don't want to come off this way like I'm bashing women because I'm not. But you got to look at your role, your position, and what it is that you do as a man and a woman. And a lot of the times, the reason why the households aren't together is because of the woman.
Reason
That
why
is true.
that's
That
facts.
is true.
is because there's no structure. We got two kids in adult bodies trying to play adult, and that's not going to work. So we got a
Exactly.
woman trying to play adult that's acting like a child. Then we got a man trying to play adult that's acting like a boy. So we're not going to have
Both men and
structure.
women.
So
I know.
we're having.
Well, I was gonna say that the reason I disagree with that is because when you're saying like a woman acts like a child, I don't think that. I think that you know what I'm saying. Like when two people get together, especially young, the path that the things that they want to be in the future, they're not looking at it on the same path. Like a woman will look at when you're 18 and you're in a relationship, a woman is looking for how she's going to be a wife, how she's going to make this family work, how is it things going to work to make her, you know what I'm saying, happy in the relationship. While a man at 18 is looking at himself and saying, how is he going to fit in society? How is he going to be a man? Is he even considered a man? What does he need to do to keep you know what I'm saying, like his stature in society something great so that things don't, you know what I'm saying, crumble on him. So if you look at those two people and what they're looking at two different things. So it's not aligning to even make the relationship work.
I don't think men and women at
Oh,
18 is thinking about any of that.
They need to have
can I?
structure though, because without
There
structure, you're
are
not gonna
three
have a course
things
of
though.
play.
There's three common things that women want but won't admit.
Hey,
There's three
host,
common things.
grown woman vibe says she want to come up. Oh, never mind. Damn.
Yeah, without structure, you're not gonna have a common goal. Without a common goal and and basically getting to know each other, because a lot of these people rush into things. They don't know each other's mental or physical or spiritual. So a lot of these people get with
Yeah.
people that they don't align with for the most part. You got guys who may be traditional, aligning themselves or getting in relationships with chicks that do zodiac signs and witchcraft. They may not do it, so they may not
Guys,
align.
I don't think that's our main problem though. Let me ask Sapphire real quick. Sapphire, you were in the comments. You said that we should ask Africa for help. Explain, Sapphire.
Hi, good evening. I don't judge anyone, but I'm just going to explain how our culture works. So first off, what we do is community. Before I get married to your family or you get married to my family, you would have to like talk to other people because my family could be hiding stuff from your family, vice versa. So if you're able to communicate with other people, you get to know the kind of person that I am. So that's a community thing. That's for one. It's not just like boy meet girl, they fall in love, and next thing you know, boom, they're married. Not necessarily so. Also, our community, I think from like young, when we're really young, there's a structure in place. There's this father. Everybody knows the father is the head of our homes. The dad gives the final command. It's like dad is Lord in the family, and then there's mom, and then this kid. Kids are like the bottom barrel. It's not like they're not respected, but that's just the hierarchy, the structure in the family. So when you grow up in an African household, you just know that dad has the final say. Well, I'm married and I'm married to an African as well. And even though I'm considered, I don't know, westernized, being in America and all of that, my home still has that structure where my husband is the head, regardless of my educational background and stuff. I just know that he's the head. But we African women joke about being the neck that turns the head. But I think it's just something that you don't do confrontationally. It's just stuff that I feel like if you're submissive as a woman, you get a man to do anything for you. And I may be wrong in some cases, but I think that happens because I feel like men have this desire to help the weaker vessels. And I know that men will come from me.
We got you. Let me go to Miss Quinfield. What do you feel about what Sapphire said? She says they have a type of culture where it's about community and man is head of the household, but they trust their man. He's a provider, but everything's communal and family. Do you think we've lost that over here in America, Miss Quinfield?
Yes, I do. I believe that we lost a lot of things. I believe that a lot of our men lost their way. I believe a lot of our women lost their way. I believe that a lot of people believe that any female that they see is a woman. It's a difference between a woman and a little girl. It's a difference between a woman and a teenager. It's a difference between a woman and a lady. You know, are you choosing women at this point? Sometimes men choose other than real women. You know, when you find a real woman is going to make a foundation with a man. That's what happens. You got a man that supports one side and a woman supports the other, and you work together as one. If you're not in agreement with that with each other, that's something either one of you problem you have. Like, that's not everybody's problem. The problem is you have to make a foundation with somebody. You can't just jump into a relationship tomorrow and we're gonna get married next week. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying so quick and not build a foundation with each other, get to know each other. We got lost from that, and also
Okay. So let me
to
ask you,
pinpoint.
Miss Quinn, how can African people help us? I mean, I know you've been on a lot of these lives. I'm sure you've heard a lot of fighting between Africans and FBAs. Um, why are we fighting each other? Why don't we come together? How could you know what I mean? Why is that not happening?
Okay, so why are men fighting with women?
No, we know why men are fighting with women, and we know why women are fighting with men. We know for whatever reason we can't get along at this point, right? I think it has to do with
I know the reason.
I think it has to
Let
do
me
with who's
say,
in control. I think it has to do with who's in control of the family. I think that's what it's about. I think we're fighting over who should
okay,
be
let me,
head of the household. And well, go
right.
ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off because I kind of know where you're going. The thing is, it's not what I'm saying to you is you have to be an adult before you can become a man or a woman. So some people aren't mature mentally. And then also, um, men over here don't need help from any other country to decide to be a man or decide to be a woman. I think the problem is the world is unbalanced. You know, we have a certain amount of men for a certain amount of women, but everybody's not going in that direction. Everybody's not that way, you know, and it's the world is very unbalanced because of
What
that.
does that mean?
So
That way, that way. What does that way mean? That's too vague.
so when I say that way, I'm saying that okay, we have a lot of men that chooses, and it's, you know, to each his own. People do what they want to do. Men be with other men, women be with other women, and I believe, this is my opinion,
Oh, in
that
African
the
culture,
world,
they don't tolerate. Most African cultures don't tolerate that.
yeah, but we're not in Africa. I'm talking about the
Right.
reality over here in America, and I'm
Right.
saying that it's causing an imbalance. Is what I'm telling you. And also I noticed that I don't see like how we're doing a lot, how you're doing a live now, and I respect you for that, and I really appreciate you bringing me up. But I also don't see men taking advantage of the opportunity to talk to younger men to build them up in the right direction. So a lot of these kids are lost. A lot of our young ladies are lost.
Well,
So
it's the
so
same.
it's
It's the same with
causing
women
confusion.
too, because you saw those
No,
two women
that's what I just
fighting
said. I said
a
a
minute
lot
ago.
of our young men.
I don't like doing that. I don't like having that type of content because it promotes the worst stuff about us. And I have some sort of conscience. So at a certain point, people are getting mad at me because they're like, "Why are you even entertaining this?" But I'm like, "Well, what if there's a possibility that I could get these two to like come together?" You know what I mean? And like
Because
stop.
you don't, let me tell you something. You don't let nobody throw you off your game. You are here for a purpose. You could be here to do something nobody else can do. It's not about what they think. The thing is, you have a platform, you have an opportunity. There are young men out there that don't know which way to go. They're confused. There are young women out there that need us women to show them how to be real women. I think it's the fact that we're lost and we got lost along the way. I'm not talking about men or women. I'm talking about both. I'm talking about our world is lost. Everything's confusing right now for a lot of people. And that's why I wanted to chime in and bring it together because when people are on here saying women, you know, oh, women do this and they just want to do that. And whatever the women were saying, I don't disrespect nobody for their opinion. But the
Okay.
reality of it is,
I'm glad you said that. Let me go to that prompt because I have a
go
prompt
ahead.
for that. All right, here it is. I think it's this one, right? All right. Do most black women want to be baby mamas? I hate doing prompts like this, but it's what
Okay,
everyone's
so let me
saying.
explain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Of course
let me
not.
chime in on that. So I want to say towards that, I don't like the word baby mama. I don't know who came up with that, and why are we choosing color? I think it's about women in general. It doesn't matter what color they are. And then also, I really want to say that women in general. What did you just ask me? Gosh, I'm confused already.
It's
Women.
listen. Let me go to the next person. Think about it for a quick second.
No,
Let me
no,
just
you ain't got to. Women in
okay.
general You said that
Do
you
most?
said
It's on the prompt. It's right there to your left.
yeah, oh, baby mamas. Oh my God, I hate that word. Baby mama and baby daddy. Stop using that word, people. Stop
Why?
using that word. We got child's mothers and children's fathers. Children's fathers and children's mothers.
Yeah, I stopped
Stop
using
calling
that
them
word. I
that.
stopped
That's a
using them
bad
words
word.
just because, yeah,
It
it
is
don't
negative.
sound educated. It don't sound educated to
Hmm.
even use that word. So I stopped using it for
Negativity.
my
It's negativity.
kids'
Right
moms.
now, right now, my child's father, I call him my child's father. We are not together, but I respect him because guess what? He has to help me. I have to respect him for that. I have to respect him, and he has to respect me. I take care of his child, and the respect is due on both ends. I'm gonna let somebody else talk.
But
But
you know
y'all have
that's not most of the case when you look at
But
Black
that's
Americans
yeah,
today.
that's yeah.
It's become a derogatory term, but
Yeah.
I mean, just in the phrase itself, it's not bad, but it's the way it's been used. So, I mean, if we're leaving the word out, right? I mean,
Child's mother.
That's the least thing we should be worried
I
about.
hate to really do this. I hate to really do this, but we're trying to get somewhere, right? Do y'all think most black women want to get married? I mean, what I've heard from a lot of black women recently is stuff like marriage is a system of slavery for women,
Correct.
and
Correct.
Oh,
That is today. That is society. That's if you go not using your own personal beliefs as a woman and how it is and how you feel about it, making it personal. If you're talking about the whole majority of society of women, not all, but majority of women, they wear the badge of being a baby mother like it is a badge of honor.
Facts.
No, I don't think. I don't
okay,
think.
let's go to
You know
this.
what?
Let's go to this, Miss. Do men not value raising children, or do women not value men raising children?
I think so. I have an issue on both ends. You have some females, and I won't say women because we keep saying women. Women don't do things like that. You understand me? There's a difference. There's a line. Okay, you got a woman. You got maybe somebody like.
I'm talking about a biological woman. Let's just stick to biological so that
women
we
don't think
can.
like that. Biological women don't think like that. A
That's not true.
biological woman. I mean,
All right, hold up, Miss. Let me get one other person's opinion real quick.
Go ahead. Because one thing I'm not gonna do. Listen, I just want to say this real quick.
Yeah.
Because I don't want women to feel like they being bashed because that's how I'm feeling right now. And I have to say this.
Okay.
You're not talking about women. That's what I'm saying. You're
I got a
saying
couple of ones
overall.
for men. You want to see some men one? Hold on.
Yeah, I mean,
This what you gotta understand.
intelligent.
I've been on lives where men are getting bashed about things that men do. I'm not gonna sit there and try to be sensitive and be hurt. Sometimes you gotta tell the truth. And it is what it is.
Yeah.
The truth is what works.
Yeah.
The truth
All right,
is
we'll
what
go to
works.
this one. Okay, let's go to this one. Are most men that claim to be providers fakes that want 50-50? What do you think?
Hey, host,
No.
grown woman vibes want to come up. Add her up.
No, I don't
So
agree.
I
don't agree
believe that real men wouldn't even put a number on it. I believe a real man that's really in love and really love his family would do anything, and it's over.
So is it true or false? Because this is another one. If you don't answer this one, then it's not a man or a woman thing. You just don't want to answer the question.
I say it's
No,
false.
I'm answering the question. What's the question? What's up?
Are most men that claim to be providers fakes that want 50-50?
You said most men. When you see, that's the difference between me and you. You're gonna say men, and you're probably talking about some boys. I'm talking about real men. Real
Never
men
mind.
don't put no number
No,
on their
that's
love.
you really. It's kind of
Real men don't put
semantical.
numbers on their love. There's no way you can sit here and tell me I want 50-50. You're my child's mother. We live together. I love you. We might get married one day, or we already married. And you putting a number on it? Where?
So can I ask you this?
You're missing what the
do that.
prompt is.
Y'all have a good
I don't
night.
even know if you're
Real
really
women
listening.
and real men do not do that. Sorry.
Listen.
Y'all living in the wrong world. Y'all need to surround yourself with better people.
No.
For real. That's the reality of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
listen, y'all always talking about real men take care of grown ass women because they in
What you
love.
mean take care of grown women? If
Hold
you're in a
on. You
relationship, that's
just
not taking
said,
care of
hold
nobody.
Hold
on.
up,
You just
challenge
said,
real quick before you retort to
That's
what she
helping each
said.
other.
Will you answer the prompt? Are most men that claim to be providers, and when providers, we're talking about soul providers, like the provider, are most men that claim to be providers fakes that want 50-50? Or let's not take 50-50 out of it, women to contribute to?
if you take 50-50 out of it, most men that are
Want women to contribute to.
okay,
That's
yeah,
what I mean
they
by
do, they
50-50. It
do.
doesn't mean
Right.
exactly
I'm answering your
50-50.
question. I'm
God.
answering your question. Most men that are providers expect the 80-20 split according to tradition, right? So if you
According to
take 50-50,
tradition,
yeah, if you take 50-50 out of it, right?
tradition is
So
100%.
no, it's not.
Is
No,
that?
it's not.
Tradition is the
Listen
woman
to
doesn't work.
tradition. Hold
Tradition is
on,
the woman
tradition.
doesn't work
Not
at all.
working. Listen,
If she's
listen,
not
It's more than
working, how is she
100%.
giving 20%?
listen. If
If she's not
you
working and she's at home and if she's taking care of the kids in the home, that's provided.
Well, we're
okay,
talking about guys. All right, look.
We're talking
I'm
about
gonna ask Coach a
Question
financial
is
question.
then.
talking.
Hold on, I
Financial.
want to ask
This
Coach a
question is
question.
talking about financial and financial only.
Okay.
That's all it's talking about.
That wasn't up there, so that's why I was confused.
okay.
Okay.
So now that you clarified it,
What, host?
now
What
that
do
you
you mean by
clarified, now that you
50-50? Do you mean y'all?
can
Do
I
y'all mean
answer?
y'all splitting y'all bills completely, or do you mean you splitting the
No,
bills
listen.
somewhat?
Now that you clarified it,
Yeah.
most men that claim to be providers, I think they are true to their word about not having a woman pay anything. I don't think they're really thinking 50-50 behind the curtains. I just don't.
So, do you think most men that claim to be providers actually really want 50-50, but they say
I
that out of
said
pride in order to get what they
no.
want
I
from
said no. I
the
do
woman?
not. No,
Okay.
I do not.
All right. Okay.
Some probably do. You know, people, a lot of dudes like to deceive women, so they probably do that.
Are you
Do
talking
we
about
just jump in, or
deception?
do we have to like be called on? How does? I'm sorry, guys. I don't know
I
how it
don't know.
works. I'm just
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to get through a challenge and you were next, but I was
okay.
trying to get challenge to land that plane. Go ahead, challenge.
Yeah. I just say no, because there's a small percentage of guys in today's economy that can provide that, and if they're faking, men are practical. If they're faking it, they know it's gonna be found out, right?
Facts.
We don't do that. Real men don't do that. We're going to sustain,
Okay.
and that's what a lot of women don't like about men. When some of us, when you're real men, when you meet us, that is going to be the duration of your relationship with us. We're not going to change. We keep it simple. We keep doing what we said we was going to do, and that's the problem that a lot of men have with women. They don't.
Okay, cool. I would like to turn this into an actual debate. I just got to hear everyone's viewpoint. Let me go to grown woman. But I know I got to get to Callie. I really kind of want to go in a line, but I know grown woman sounds like she really has something she wants to say. Grown woman, are most men that claim to be providers fakes that want 50-50?
I would say just based on social media climate and what I hear people, I don't think that. Well, it depends on the demographic, but I don't think that most men are in position to be 100% providers, so that they have to be 50-50. And the reason why I say that is because
So do you
I'm
think
married.
most men are saying that they are going to be providers though?
No, I don't think so. I think that most men are they need help and assistance with making provisions. I think that's how it's happening now.
So you think that so from the jump street, when a lot of guys, when you're meeting a lot of guys, they're saying from the jump street they expect you to be 50-50, or are they pretending to be that they're going to provide everything? That's the question.
No man has ever had the audacity to say that to me. I'm married, and I have never literally been. I'm older though, like most people can't tell because I don't really look my age, but I'm quite probably a lot older than everybody on the panel. But I just it's never been a part of my reality. You know,
What's audacious about wanting to be 100% provider?
There's nothing audacious about
Oh,
it.
you
I
said
just
no.
said
You said
that I said
I'm
50-50.
maybe
The
I'm
50-50.
confused. You
Oh, the
said
50-50 is the audacious part.
they're not
Okay.
audacious to approach you that way. That's why I brought that up.
What's audacious to? Why is it audacious to?
You said no.
Approach
You
me?
So
said
they never had the
you said
audacity.
no man had the
No man has
audacity.
no man has ever had the audacity to approach me about being in a 50-50 situation.
Why you say that?
She's saying because she's older than she looks, so in her time it wasn't prevalent.
Yeah, and I mean, even like, because my husband and I have been married for 9 years now. So, I mean, I don't know when this trend of 50-50 started, but, and I'm not saying that, because the 50-50 probably does work for some people, and I am very aware of the financial climate that we're in. So I get it. Everybody can't do it, and you do what you got to do to get it together. But what I've often heard behind the "I need 50-50" or "what do you bring to the table" is I'm a traditional man and I want a traditional woman. And
Okay.
tradition, in my opinion, traditions change. Okay, so what was traditional in 1950 is not what's traditional in 2025. But when you hear these conversations, primarily spoken by people that have never been married or never seen a successful marriage, they are always saying, you need to bring something to the table and all this kind of stuff. And I'm not saying that women need to come without any value because a decent man deserves a decent woman, right? But this emphasis on you need 50-50, but I'm traditional, that's bullshit.
So can I ask you this?
It's a
So
contradiction.
you and your husband, I'm gonna assume that both of you guys are well off on your own financially, right?
We do fine. We do fine.
So you probably are going 50-50.
Absolutely.
Just naturally
Okay.
without talking
All
about it.
right. Let me.
I retired my second year of marriage.
Yeah. Wait, before you answer that, and I'm going to assume that you're going to say you're not 50-50. From what I understood that you were saying earlier, are you? Let's just ask before we go to Beatrice, or actually before we go to Callie and then Beatrice. Are you and your husband 50-50, or is he is it 80-20, or is it 100? He's doing 100% and the bills, and your money's your money, his money's his money. His money's your money, and then your money's your money. What is it?
It's like we just have money, right? So I haven't worked
Okay.
per se. I don't mean it like that. Let me explain. So
All right.
I retired our second year of being married, so I haven't worked since. Our thing was he never required me to work or pay bills. He believes that, and I do believe that's where I came from. That that. It's
Okay,
his
so
job
he's a
to
sole
provide.
provider.
Well, yes, he is. But if he needed help with something,
Question
I
answered.
mean, of course I
got you. But you got you could help out too. You got some skills too. Cool. Let me go to Callie real quick. Callie, what's going on?
What up, man?
Good. Are most men that claim to be providers fakes that want 50-50?
Wait, say that again.
Are most men that claim to be providers fakes that want 50-50?
No, I don't think so. I think that they feel like they're a provider. They don't really want. They're not really faking a 50-50. I
Right.
hope not.
Okay, let me go to Beatrice. Beatrice, what do you think?
Simple answer: no.
No. Okay, cool. Let me just go down the line real quick. Jay, Alex, yes or no?
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Hold on. You said are most men that claim to be providers fake they want 50-50? Hell yeah, if they gonna get more. Nah, just play. Nah.
Right. Right. That was good. Okay. All right. Let me go to Miss Quinfield. True or false?
False.
False. All right. Sapphire. True or false?
False.
False. All right. Prime. True or false?
Most men they claim to be providers face that want 50-50. Yeah, I think that's false.
Okay. And I think challenge you said false as well, right?
Yeah.
All All right. Well, hey,
You
we're
know what?
on agreement.
I'm changing my answer. It's true. It's true. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
answer.
My answer.
Jay
Forget
Alex, you
that.
just trying to start something.
No, don't challenge me, challenge. Don't fucking challenge me, challenge.
All right, look, I got this one. What y'all think?
This is a crazy problem.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm crying right
Come
now.
on. Who's more valuable?
Neither. Neither.
Men and women have
It takes-
equal but opposite. They have equal but opposite
They're not
value.
equal.
In society, do you think society values a man equally with a woman?
Oh, see, I'm not going by society standards. I'm going by what makes
That's
sense.
what the question's asking.
It says
That's what the
society
question-
standards.
Yeah, it says valuable in society.
Oh, okay, I see now. I'm sorry, I need to put my glasses on.
Nah, you good.
In society, okay, so no, I'm going against the grain because I'm not right brain. So listen, I believe that they're saying that women are more valuable because women are who they try to put the most restrictions on.
Interesting answer. Because they're trying to put the most restrictions on was the interesting part. That's interesting. Okay, Beatriz, what do you think?
Women or men, who is more valuable in society? Well, when you look at society as a whole, I think even through history, it's men. But if I were to answer the question, I would say both, because the value comes in different ways on both ends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was a great answer, bro.
And I totally agree too.
I agree.
Okay, so you think society right now, the way it values both men and women, society, it's the same.
Put me in a better.
Okay, let me go to J Lex. J Lex, I'm gonna go right straight up the line. J Lex, what do you think?
Do I think what women or men who is more valuable
in society?
If women was more valuable, I wouldn't have watched two grown men argue about a man for a fucking hour.
Those were women.
They was women? Oh, damn.
Those were women.
Yeah, bro. I would have watched two women argue for a whole hour about a man they didn't stole from each other. Hey, I want.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, look. If it could be stolen, that mean it got value, my G. Remember that. If you could steal me from the other one, you know I got value.
Hey,
One said it was just a fake story that never happened.
It don't matter. Imaginary men got value. That means real men got hella value.
Don't you guys think that men are just prioritized more in society than women?
No, I think women love us.
No,
Hey, look.
hear me out.
Go
Hear me
ahead.
out. Men are
Oh.
prioritized, right, in a lot of ways, and I get why men think that women get a lot of concessions, right? Men are so freaking prioritized that they can put on a dress and get into women's spaces and run shit. That's how prioritized.
Wait, are
men
you changing your answer? Because you said that you felt like it was women.
No, I said society prioritizes.
What does that mean when you say prioritize?
Meaning, okay, so most of our lawmakers are men, right?
You saying like man privilege?
Yes, it's kind of nuanced, but if you think about it, most of the lawmakers, most of law enforcement, most of the tycoon, they're all men. Most of
okay, that's fair. But
if it's a
is that-
male-led
why
society,
is
then
that?
men are prioritized. Why is it?
I'm gonna ask you a
You
question.
mean what you're trying to
Question.
say is entitlement?
I'm gonna ask you a question,
So that
bro.
men have-
That's not what I was.
I'm gonna ask you a question, bro. Which one's more valuable to a
You
man?
feel that men have
A
more
woman with a degree?
privilege. You don't mean to say prioritized. I don't think that's what your point is. Prioritized.
I think men are more valuable.
Prioritized doesn't really
I
speak
think women
to
more valuable
I
for
think
some
what you're
things.
trying to say.
Jay Alex, hear me out.
They train women. I mean, if you listen to most of the women when they talk about relationships, a lot of them fear men rejecting what they say. So a lot of them go against what they actually want to say and how they feel in order to cater to men. So
But
men
that
are
also happens vice versa, though, Grown.
It's vice
It
versa.
also
Yeah,
happens vice versa.
but for the most part, and I agree.
We
like,
just got through a prompt.
If you
Listen,
just-
Grown. Y'all, nobody picked up on it, but that's exactly what that other prompt was saying, but nobody picked up on it. It was saying that men will lie about their finances in order to get what they want from women. That's what that whole prompt was saying. And
Yeah,
none
but
of
it
y'all
was
picked
your
up
prompt,
on it.
bro.
Okay. Host. Wouldn't you lie too? Hold on, host.
Here's the
wouldn't
thing.
you lie
Here's the
too?
thing.
No,
I'm gonna change my answer. I think men are more valuable, and I think men are more valuable just by the numbers. Because if you have less of something, it creates a rarity. There are more women than there are men. I think men are more valuable. Now that's what
I don't. I
Society?
I think men is less valuable when we talk. I think we more valuable when we quiet.
So hold on. What I'm saying, Jay Alex, is this.
Guys, we talk about in society. That was funny though, but I mean,
No, we're talking about society. The numbers are society, right? There's 7 to 1 with men. Am I wrong?
no, you're wrong. Those numbers used to be like that in America. Now it's almost an even number of men as
No,
it
it's
is.
not. No, it's
No,
not.
with black men,
it's
it's
not.
for every 100 black men is 88 black. For 100 black women is 88 black men. Now with white people, they're almost neck and neck, but with us, it's like a 100 black men, 100 black women, 88 black men.
That means some of us gonna get 2. That's what it means.
gonna get 2.
I can tell you another
Exactly.
thing that kind of
So who's more
ascertains the value.
Okay,
Semen costs $20.
Hey,
That's
child,
how much the egg costs.
man, egg don't cost shit if I go to her house.
Right.
Until 9 months later.
But grown woman, you mentioned something about the trans, right?
Uh-huh.
But I find it
Let
interesting.
me go through the panel real quick. Miss Quinfield. Women or men, who is more valuable in society?
I think they cater to men more. I'm gonna just leave it at that
That
because
wasn't the question, though.
No, that answered the question. She said men.
No, she said they cater to men more. That's not answering the question.
society.
I think women automatically
Who's more valuable?
because
It's not-
We're losing.
Miss Quinn, am I getting what you said?
like what the
Miss
fuck?
Quinn, am I getting what you said correct or not?
Okay, so basically what I'm saying is, in society,
No, you don't.
they cater to men in certain ways, but at the same time, I do think real men are not getting noticed as much as they should. But I do feel that they cater to men when it comes to like what the
So
lady
you
said.
feel
I'm not
that
sure.
men are more valuable in society, yes or no?
Value has nothing to do with it.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay,
yes.
cool. We got it. Let me go to Sapphire real quick. Sapphire, women or men, who is more valuable in society?
It's a man's world. I think so. Right now, it's the men, but maybe tomorrow it'll be women based
I
on
hope not. I
the
hope not.
feminist gender. You know, they're like is it emasculating or what's that word? I lost. Emancipating men.
I hope
Very
not.
interesting. All right.
Emasculating.
So far, I think Grown is the only person that said that women are more valuable in society. It's interesting. All right, let's go to Prime. Prime, what do you think?
This is tricky. I would say honestly both. Nah, cause I would have to say men when it comes to society for real.
Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. Challenge, what do you think?
It's man, unequivocally man, period, point blank. There would not be a civilized society without men building it. There would
Which
not
men?
be. What you mean, which man?
Which men?
Go ahead. I'm
What
sorry.
do you mean? I mean, I'm asking.
Yeah, America was built by, anyways, but go ahead.
America was built by who?
Was built by black men, right? But anyways, go
Right,
ahead.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So
Yeah.
go ahead.
All the slaves were men too.
I think women is more valuable.
Oh, hold on, let me finish my point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think men built civilized society. Period, point blank. There's nothing more valuable than what you live in right now. You live in a first world country for a reason.
And you got to think about it too. It takes men to protect women from other men.
Exactly.
All right, Callie, what do you think?
I
I
think it's
say,
man.
Yeah. You think it's man? Okay.
Yeah, man.
So it's
I'm
like it's gonna
definitely
be
man.
everyone versus grown woman.
I have something
It's
to
a grown
add.
woman.
Yes, love it.
Hold
I
on.
have
Hold
something to
on.
add to
Y'all
it.
really think
So,
it's man?
so when we talk about society, they're also talking about, okay, you know how women, a lot of things happen to women, and they, it seems that it's more women are more valuable, but in reality, yeah, it's still men. But I just want to throw that out there because I know a lot of times we overlook the men for certain things, and then the men are the ones that do a lot, do more, So I still say it's men, but
You
women do
struggling
get.
with this, ain't you?
Oh no, I think y'all got it all messed up. I think all y'all wrong. I think women is unequivocally more valuable than any man on
And
this
why?
planet.
explain.
I do feel that way too, but in society, how society
No,
looks
we
at it.
don't care about society. Fuck
No,
society.
But that's the
I
question.
think
That's what we're talking about.
women
Yep.
is more valuable than men long as they all is my woman. If they your woman,
I knew it was
they ain't shit.
What are we
My
talking
woman,
about?
they is a
I knew he
goddess
was
in
gonna
this
say
bitch.
something like that.
Jay Alex is
I
They
playing.
queen in this
agree.
bitch. I don't care.
That's wild.
I
All
want to hear
women
it.
in my house is all queens and goddesses. But if they're in
That's
your
right.
house,
That's true.
they hoes. Simple as that.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
What's
That's
the
literally something my
Man,
what's
husband
a
come on,
said.
Jay Alex, bro. Come on, man.
what's a queen? What's a queen?
Let me. All right, hold up. Let me let Grown speak since she's the only one that feels. Explain why Grown women are more valuable in society.
Why women are more valuable? I
Yeah.
believe because there would be no society. If you like, just even thinking about, what's going on technologically now, they are creating wombs. When I was half joking, but I'm trying to provoke thought, right? When we were talking about the value, because my personal feelings, I don't want anybody to get it twisted. I think that men and women hold equal value to each other. I believe that we do need each other, right? Implicitly. But, we live in a society, like the sister said, that, in my opinion, prioritizes men. But if you look at the way women are restricted, like y'all, from the very beginning, we had to get rights to not be beaten by our husbands, right to have bank accounts, rights for this. There was a control mechanism in
But y'all
place
got
for women.
restricted now though.
I didn't say that we were, but in some cases, women are restricted.
Women,
Like what? Give an example.
yeah, because that's that victimhood
Well, I
stuff.
feel like with the advent of the Trump administration, I don't feel as bad because I don't have to walk
Feel
into a bathroom and see a
restricted.
dick.
You know why women feel
Pardon?
restricted? They not in my house.
No,
That's
tell
why.
me.
That's why they not in my house. See, if you was in my house, you would never feel restricted.
I want to know the restrictions that women have today.
Women weren't restricted from anything.
Well, there's still a pay gap. There's still a pay gap with
No,
women.
there's not.
No, there's not. There's
Yeah.
not a pay
No,
gap.
there's not. There's no such thing as a pay gap. That's
Okay, so what?
that's-
So
that's not-
we're
that's-
we're ignoring the stats.
ma'am.
That's it.
The facts are there's no pay gap.
I'm asking, are we ignoring the stats?
What the
There
stats
is in
say?
my profession.
What do the stats say?
The stats do say that there's still a pay gap, not only between black men
That's
and
just
black
because
women,
men
but
have
white.
grown. The reason why there's a pay gap is because I got to pay this
So
woman.
we're
dinner.
acknowledging that there's a payback. There's a
That's-
pay
yeah,
gap.
because I'm gonna
That's
work
Jay
twice as
Alex.
hard to pay
That's
for
Jay
this
Alex
dinner.
joking. On a
I'm gonna work
serious
twice
note,
as
No,
hard
but
to pay
no,
for
I'm
this dinner.
serious because look,
okay,
I don't
okay,
understand,
Jay,
the TikTok thing,
All
but
right,
like
challenge.
we
What's
deal
up?
with.
What's up, challenge?
so
What you
listen,
got?
grown.
What you said?
Explain the pay gap.
Explain the
Give me an
pay gap.
example.
Don't
There's
explain that shit. That shit fake, grown. Don't set yourself up.
Yeah,
don't set myself up.
it's
That
fake
shit
as hell.
fake. That shit
I
fake.
mean, either you
Go ahead,
go with the
go
stats or
on.
you go with what you think.
Give
Okay, the
me an
statistics.
example.
Go ahead,
Hey
get it,
guys,
bro.
what I would like to do is do a debate. So what happens is you each go like 2 rounds. Then you have like a question and answer round where y'all both ask each other a question. Then the audience kind of votes with a gift debate. Whoever has the most coins wins the debate, and then I also gift as well. At the end, it's $1 debate. So y'all down for a debate on who's
As
right?
long as it's about receipts and facts and not just feelings. I actually feel like
That's all men work on.
y'all don't know me per se, but
That's
I am
all
I'm
men
a,
work
I'm a
on.
debater.
You
I am a debater.
You better feel what you say.
But grown woman, don't you think that the difference between the pay gap in men and women depends also on the type of work that is being done.
It depends on the type of work.
Hold up. Stop. Let's figure out.
Come on,
where
man. Let's start getting good, and we can
Hold up. Let me just find out where Gratia and Slim's world fit into this. Slim, real quick. Women or men, who's more valuable in society?
I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, it's gotta be men. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like, what have women built?
Okay, stop there. Gotcha. Gratia. Women or men, who is more valuable in society?
We built you.
Men? Okay, cool. All right, y'all all gonna be debating grown woman. So let's figure out grown woman. Who do you want to debate first?
I don't care, but I want to tackle what he just said about women, and I don't. You look. I
Yeah,
just
go
want
ahead,
y'all to-
bro.
Which one?
Love y'all, but we about to get it cracking.
Which
okay?
one? Which one?
No, we can agree to disagree.
Okay, yeah,
Sure.
that's fine. I'm
Say what?
like no hard feelings, but I'm gonna go hard.
For
Okay,
sure.
But no hard feelings.
All right, let's go.
I'm asking you.
Whoever the cat
No, you can't
was,
say whoever.
I was trying to finish my
All right,
like.
too
well,
bad.
I was
Too bad.
trying to identify the person.
Hold on, let her land her plane. Let her land her plane.
Slim.
She good.
God, man.
She good.
Slim.
Let her land her plane.
Debate.
Slim.
Yes, sir.
So who-
I mean,
yeah,
yes,
who
ma'am.
are the-
I'm
Hold
sorry.
on, hold on.
I'm
Let
sorry.
grown say it. Go ahead, grown. You gotta speak up.
So yeah, I mean everybody was talking, so I didn't want to be rude.
My bad.
Oh, for sure.
Whoever the guy was that said, "What have women built?"
That was
Let's go.
that was on top.
That
Let's
was
go.
who?
That was the guy on tops.
No, that was me. That's me. 216. Let's go.
Okay, we gonna do that. Hold up.
All right.
Hold
Now
on.
you just moved it. Okay.
Yeah, hold up. 1 second.
Please for a minute.
Pastor. Okay, cool. All right. So, who wants to go first?
No, I want to hear what she got for me. You
No,
know,
no,
she-
no. Who want to go first?
Slim.
What the hell?
Who want to go first?
He said ladies first.
No, I'm
ladies,
asking who wanna
ladies
go
first, definitely. Then, because at the end of the day, I asked a question, so it
I'm
wasn't
asking
like
who
I.
wants to go first, not who doesn't want to go first. Who wants to go
We
first?
already said that grown and he want to debate.
I'm waiting to hear
Oh,
from
y'all
her.
not hearing the
Y'all-
question. Y'all not hearing the question.
Yeah, the question is who wants to go first, not who doesn't want to go. Who wants to go first?
No, they already said grown and Slim gonna go first.
Guys,
not
can I
hearing
hear
the
No,
from
question.
hold
Slim?
on. No, I didn't.
Asking
because
him which.
No,
I
One of them
low-key-
gotta say,
I
I want to
low-key-
go first.
Slim.
I'm start muting.
I low.
Grown.
Hold on, challenge.
Hold up. Vasta said grown had to.
Go ahead. Who would like to go first, Slim or Grown?
Grown said she had something to say to what I said.
Right, I'm gonna
So
pick
I'ma
Slim.
go
You
off of
go
that.
first. All right, I'm gonna put the countdown on you.
Bruh.
1 minute start now. Explain to me why men have a greater value in society. Starting now.
All right. Well, first of all, I just
That
feel
wasn't
like
for the
what have what have women built at the end of the day, and then second, being at the point where okay, you feel like okay, I'm independent, I'm strong, I'm this, that, and the fourth. Now, at the end of the day, I agree. I don't want to push over a woman, not at all. But at the same time, it's got to be balanced. It's got to be the yin and the yang. You can't have just yang and no yin. So
Not both to be balanced. I'm sorry.
then you got it. You got to hold on. But my whole thing is, I just feel like this whole thing in westernized American society has just been took over by the feminist movement and everything that comes around. Oh, you know, woo woo. Like prime example, it's a lot of women right now that's so butthurt over DEI that had nothing to do with y'all. Might I add? But y'all butthurt over that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even trying to get into the
Your time
political
is
part
up.
of
Your
it.
time is up. Your time
Go
is
ahead.
up. Let me go to
Go
grown
ahead.
woman. I'm gonna give her a minute starting now. All right. Why are women more valuable? Your timer's going. 51 seconds, 49 seconds. Grown woman, your time is going. Grown woman, you have to unmute yourself. I muted you because you were talking in between. And go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was
timer.
doing.
Nah, let me restart it. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm about to say restart her time, man. Let her get a fair share.
Hold on. All right, start. All right, so remember, you're debating as to why women are more valuable in society, and you should be responding some to what Slim said. But go ahead.
Okay, Slim's interaction was that women haven't built anything. What have women built, right? So let me take it here. And y'all gonna have to get out your feelings because I'm about to piss people off. But when we talk about what was built in this country, in this world, the first thing that primarily our men like to go to, and I don't even like using the thing our men because I only got one man, right? But y'all like to go to slavery and say that y'all built America. Post-Reconstruction wasn't built from slave labor, okay? So there were men for sure that built America, but you weren't it. You weren't it. You were not post-Reconstruction builders. I know that people don't tell y'all that, but you weren't. So if I have no value because I haven't built anything, what value do you think as a black man that you have if you are trying to say that men have more value because you built it? You ain't built shit. If I ain't built shit. Now, if we're just talking about people in general, yeah, women have built a lot in this society. There are plenty of women-owned inventions. It's happened. But don't dare sit up there and say that you built something and took credit. I got a house built in 2009. Do I say that I got the house built or the name of the builder? So even if you do want to get the slave labor argument, it's kind of stupid. Just because I told you had to do it, you done built shit.
Time. So I gave you a little bit extra time, like he got a little bit extra time. All right, Slim, this is the last round for you to prove your point. And then after that, you each are going to ask each other a question. Let me put the time on you now. Go ahead, Slim, respond now.
All right. So reason why I asked, well, at the end of the day, it's not about what you built or what you didn't build. But at the same time, when you did not have a man in the house, the type of men that y'all don't like, the type of men that y'all don't date, the type of men that y'all complain about are the men that y'all create. So therefore, you without having a balance or a structure starting from home, because everything starts from home, how can you complain about what you create? Now you got emotional men, you got everything else under the sun. So at the end of the day, my whole thing is, how you going to complain about something that you created? And I don't need nothing else after that.
All right, so here's check it.
Hold up. Let me throw the timer on. Hold up. Let me throw the timer on. Go ahead now.
Okay, so that was a lot to do about nothing, but let's go ahead and check it. Saying that this man in the house, we can really go there because I'll crush anybody on the man in the house rule. Secondly, here's the thing. You want to talk about women hating or complaining about the men that they create. Men don't follow the women. They're following the culture of men. You're doing what your daddy did. You're doing what your uncle did. You're doing what the niggas around in your neighborhood do. They follow the culture of men. After a certain time, any woman that's raised a boy knows that there's a time when that boy is going to go to the neighborhood. He's going to follow the men in the neighborhood. So don't blame us for your culture. And then don't sit up and say that sometimes because women have had to raise men, that it's their fault the way that they come out. Okay, historically, women have always had to raise boys alone because men were going off to war. Men were doing all types of stuff. So do not blame women for the trash ass culture that men created. Now, I'm not saying that women don't have their trash.
Time.
Wait, can I get
So here's what we're gonna do. Hold up. Here's what we're gonna do. Grown, you get to ask Slim one question. Go ahead. What is your one question?
Why did the black man get put out of the house?
Okay, now are we going on time or we just going off response?
Hold up. Let me put the timer on.
No, let me clean it up. Do you believe that black men were put out the house?
Yeah, because y'all chose food stamps.
Hold up.
Okay, let's get it.
Hold up, Slim. Your time starts. You got 3 minutes to answer starting now. Go ahead.
3 minutes. Okay, well, to go off of what that brother just said, when the welfare system became available to you guys, that's when everything got messed up. And just to take it, no, hold on. You giggling. You giggling. Whoa. It's my time, though. It's my time, mom. Come on, let me land. But all I'm saying is, between that and then the civil rights movement, which got overturned and overtook by the feminist movement, just like anytime black people do anything, BLM, it got took over by the elemental P. You know what I'm saying? Like every time we try to do something to help ourselves, it gets infiltrated by the foolishness of outsiders that think they're on your team, they're on your side, and then when they get what they want out of it, they leave you high and dry. Every time. That's why y'all went so hard for that DEI stuff, and it did not benefit you or nobody. Period. So, did you say time? Okay, but at the same time, when they removed the man at the house in order for you to get benefits to raise your children on your own, that's when the independent, I don't need a man, came into y'all life. Because at the end of the day, if you did not get the assistance or the help that y'all get for these kids, that you know, at the end of the day, whether you want to have them or not, with somebody you shouldn't have them with, if you didn't know you had the help, man, that's a lot of babies that would get swallowed. And I'm just going to keep it real like that.
That's it. Rest of your time?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's talk about the
I just want to say this real quick. Hold up. I just want to say this real quick. That was really good because you kind of made the point for why women were more valuable. But, okay, Slim, go ahead. You have a question you can ask grown woman.
I can't take this.
Hold on. Let me get my shot real quick.
Yeah, and then y'all can talk when the vote comes.
No, and it's all love. I just want to say that first of all, I respect the panel. I respect you even put me up here. You know, I respect everything. But my whole thing is this: question, grown woman.
What's your question?
Okay. Without it being any type of assistance, let's just say child support never existed. Let's just say welfare never existed. Let's just say there's no help, there's no safety net for you making the choice decisions that you make, that men and women make on a daily basis. If there was no help, would you really have these kids, and do you really love those kids because you want the kids because you love them, or it's because of the benefit and the come up behind it?
Wait, hold up. Let me stop. Guys, remember what you're debating. You're debating as to who has more value in society. So
Hey, listen, man, I appreciate you letting me up.
Hold up. Everyone on the panel, y'all can talk as soon as the debate is almost over. As soon as she goes, we're gonna have 5 minutes, like 3 to 5 minutes of voting, and that's when you guys can talk. And then we're gonna go to the next person.
It's 2 a.m., bro. This debate is going on for like 20 minutes.
It's 11 p.m. where I am. It's 11:10
where I'm at.
Okay, so we got less
Can I respond to what he just said?
No, because that's not a
question.
Let me ask a question. Because it's got to be related to
how are you debating
what we're talking
something
about.
with false information? He's false.
It's got to be related to what we're talking about. So let me make a point. Okay. Anyways, let me ask the question that Slim should have asked. Question. If women have more value in society, then why is it that women... shit, let me think of one.
Sissies.
Why is it that women... God damn it. I gotta think of one.
Great, feminine guys.
Okay, I got it. Okay, I get it now. I'm sorry.
Let me explain. While you thinking, let me explain what the man in the house rule is, because y'all don't know.
No, you're not gonna get extra time. No,
why they create
I'm trying to keep this short. No. Slim, do you have a good question or not?
Let me say this.
No, not say something. You have to have a question. Look, if you can't come up with a question, you're gonna forfeit your time. We just gonna go to the vote. You have a question for grown woman.
I have a question for her.
Okay. It has to be a question. Go ahead.
Who invented the automobile?
No. Okay, well, go ahead.
Come on, man. She said bro. She said that black men didn't create anything.
Okay,
I'm asking a legitimate question.
That's not what I said. I didn't say that.
She said it wasn't you, black man. That's what you said.
That's not what I said, sir.
You did
I
say
didn't
that, ma'am.
I didn't say that you didn't build anything. I said that you did not build America per se, because most of America was built post Reconstruction. You have to remember how many states we had before and post Reconstruction.
Okay, we're gonna stop there. Okay, we're gonna stop there.
We need to talk about the man in the house because y'all don't know what you're talking about.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a countdown now. Let's do 3 minutes. At the end of 3 minutes, whoever has the most coins wins. All right. Now y'all can talk.
Lose like a motherfucker.
So I want to hear about the man in the household and what we should know, Grown.
This is what you should know. The man in the house rule. First of all, I think you guys do know that somebody has a really bad echo. The man in the house rule was only around for Black people during the time when they were actually allowed to collect welfare, which was 7 years of the man in the house rule. Okay. Everybody was subjected to the man in the house rule back when they started welfare. And I think it was during the Depression and shit like that. That's when they started. We were not able to get it, right? We had it for 7 years. It was not nationwide. It wasn't every state. It was something to the effect of 30 something states that had the man in the house rule, right? The man in the house rule didn't say that, put it like this. It was 7 years. Black people were subjected to it for 7 years.
I know that. I'm aware of that.
This is the truth.
Get to the point.
And it was not, and a Black woman went to the Supreme Court and got it shut down. So for Negroes to be talking about in 2025 that Black men today are not in the house because of a 7 year for a 7 year rule for 26 states is crazy.
Grown, you make
still in effect now.
Hold on.
Y'all don't know because y'all
you still gotta be a single baby mother right now.
Can I please say something to Grown?
Don't you still gotta be a single baby mother right now?
You act like 7 years is not almost a goddamn decade. What are you talking about?
For all Black men,
You guys are forgetting to vote. Guess who wins?
Can't nobody put you out your own house. Why you niggas didn't have your own house?
If you don't vote for Slim, so just
You
letting
only
you
had
know.
your own house because you had.
And whoever loses is getting kicked off. So just letting y'all know.
All right, before I go, grown woman, like I said, no hard feelings, no nothing. But at the same time, what makes y'all feel so independent?
What do you
From
mean?
Georgia,
what makes
baby.
you feel so?
What makes y'all feel so independent?
Bro, you should be asking for coins and making your point.
Yeah,
I can't.
and that don't matter to her because she's married.
I mean, she had 202, bro. Unless I'm about to get a Uber or something like, bro, ain't
I can't speak for all women on why they feel independent. Yeah, but everybody's independent. Everybody's independent.
No, they're not. There's no such thing as independent.
The only men that are afraid of women's independence
How are you fighting for a conversation and you married?
Yeah.
My husband
hold on, wait a minute. Wait, stop. Pause.
And she probably
wait, hold on, wait a
home
minute,
mama.
Slim. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait, hold on, Grown. Wait. You is what's wrong with society right now. And I'm sorry. Hold on, wait.
All right, peace,
you was
y'all.
wrong because you was
Not
a married woman. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute, Grown.
I'm the one that's
You was
wrong with
wait a minute,
society.
Grown. You was a married woman telling single women this kind of effed up stuff.
I didn't tell single women shit.
You are
Y'all are not.
preaching
Y'all,
these
y'all
kind
don't
of
let me
things.
land. You don't let
It's
anybody
preaching
land in
this
the
type of false
conversation.
narratives.
You're not letting anybody land in the conversation.
Because if it don't make sense,
You had a whole debate.
You're not listening. You're not
All
listening.
right,
You
all
don't
right.
even-
If you
don't come
really
from marriage.
disagree with her, who wants to debate her next?
I do.
I'll debate. Hey, I do. I'll debate.
Bro, Grown, since you won, you get to choose who you'd like to debate.
I don't care. I'll take anybody. Two
No,
at a time
you
if you
can't
want
say
to.
that. You got to choose.
You said two at a
Wait to
time.
choose me.
Hey, she had two at a time.
You have to choose somebody.
Yeah, watch yourself because I talk
do.
back.
Who's going
I
two
got
at
you.
a
You
time?
gotta choose.
You said two at once. Which one's going?
Who wants to go? Like, who
I
wants to
do.
debate?
I do.
Okay, let's
You gotta
go.
first, buddy. The second guy is going to have the worst end of it. So go ahead.
People are talking too quick. Who said that?
Gratia.
Okay, Kratia. All right, let's go. Where's Gratia? Right here.
And Big Bruce.
All right. So since Grown won, Gratia, we're gonna have you go first. to say why you feel like men are more valuable in society, your time starts now.
Okay. Men is more valuable in society because if we understood the value of our seed, we would understand that just spreading our seed to these different poisons in the world is what is detrimental to us. Like the women that we put our seed inside of is the woman that speaks life or death over our lives. And if we understood those type of things, then we would not be out here just effing around or paying this woman, that woman for something that's free. Like it was a day in society where like you literally had to beg a woman to give you her body. And now because men have turned it into a value because we don't see the value of ourselves and what we hold as a whole, we didn't turn something that's, you know?
Dang, sorry.
Can I go?
That minute went by quick. All right.
Bro,
So
destroy his ass. Destroy his ass,
hold up. Hold up. It is grown woman's turn. She gets a minute starting now. Go ahead, grown.
So I'm really curious that you said that you have this valuable seed, right? Let me go ahead and help you out. You have fertilizer, okay? You don't have a seed. The concept doesn't make sense. I understand it's biblical and some of y'all are Bible folks. You can have it, right? But you don't have a seed, okay? You have something that fertilizes an egg that would possibly be viewed as a seed that is implanted there, but you don't have a seed. And your seed has so little value, we're gonna call it a seed in quotes, that you can give your seed to a sperm bank, perhaps if they accept you, depending on if you even know your fucking great grandparents, which most of you guys don't. So that kind of rules you out. That's why the brat had to get a white baby, because when they were trying to get a white baby, you have to be in there. You have to know your family lineage, and most of y'all don't. So your seed, and then even then, you get about $20 for your seed. However, if a woman wants to donate her eggs, okay, we're talking about a minimum of 3
Okay,
babies.
wait. Her time is up. Okay, for you to say that, first of all, let's look at the shape of a sperm. And let's look at your nervous system. That looks mighty, mighty similar. Also, let's look at
I'm sorry.
placenta.
Let me put the timer on. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Where's just came to say hi. Just came to say hi.
Hey, what's up, DeVray?
Right?
He just came to say hi.
So doesn't the placenta look like the egg? So for you to say that we are only fertilizer when you're actually the thing that puts skin on top of a sperm, and then you say that our sperm is not important when a lot of men actually feel the symptoms of when a woman get pregnant. Like right now, my old lady is pregnant and I can tell her when she's hungry, but my seed is not important.
I didn't say your seed wasn't important.
You did say that. You said that I can only get $20, but yet you cannot get paid to go overseas. My time is still going. You cannot get paid to go overseas to give your sperm, but I can go get paid to go overseas to give my sperm as an O negative carrier.
Okay, got you. Cool. All right. So, Gratia, this is your last turn. You got a minute starting now.
It's my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I didn't say that it had no value. It has little value in comparison to the woman's egg. And you said look at the shape of it, and I'm telling you to look at the function of it. Like, I don't know where you are with your science, right? But I do have a sister that is a scientist, works at the CDC, but you could also do a quick scientific Google search, not like a Hebrew Israelite website or biblical, like go to science, and it tells you the function of what sperm is. It fertilizes the egg. Okay. So I know, the Bible and people tell, like, they be having y'all looking stupid.
I'm not Bibling.
It fertilizes the egg. That's all it does. That is the function. Okay.
How does it fertilize the egg?
We are born with
the nervous
all
system
of our eggs. We're born with all of our eggs, right? So in essence, when I gave birth to my daughter, I gave birth to my granddaughter too. because she was born with every
Time.
woman is born with everything that they have.
Time. All right, Gratia, you there? Gratia,
I was about to go get the nervous system in X-ray version. Since she said that since
Can we share our screen?
hold on. No, Gratia. So, one question for grown woman vibes.
Okay, one question for grown women vibes is, if you say that this woman hold all of this value, then how come a woman can only hold a baby but not create a nation, but a man can create a nation?
Are you high?
Yo, let me slide up in here, bro.
No, like, listen to the question.
Felon.
A woman cannot create a nation. She can only hold a baby, but a man can create a nation.
Slaughter his ass, grown woman. Slaughter his ass.
If I can get 100 women pregnant in a month, and a woman can only hold a baby for 9 months, who can create a nation?
Grown woman.
Those women, the women that you got pregnant.
Let me put the timer on her. Hold up. Let me just give you a minute. Go ahead.
The women that you got pregnant are the ones that are creating the nation. Yours, like, and the viability of your sperm is in question, and this isn't personal.
Slide me up, Garcia. I got this, bro. You can't do this. Let me do this. Let me end this.
How is the woman holding the nation? How?
Men.
The nation. She's literally born with the nation in her womb. Okay, the nation is in her womb.
Seeds.
You don't have seeds. You have fertilizer. Look it up, bro. Look it up. You have fertilizer. The woman is born with the nation in her belly.
All of this is mine.
She is born. All of that, and you know what? What happens? You throw away seed in the sock sometimes.
Don't interrupt. Let her finish. She's got 14 seconds.
We can't throw away seed. Okay, the body actually has to go through a process in order to discard seed that has become our eggs that have become waste. You
All
can
right.
just throw away your $20 sperm.
Time. All right, grown woman, what is your question for Buddha?
I just want to know why does he think that something that if he has seed, that means you think that you're carrying your kids around in your nuts with you every day? Do you think that? Or do you think that the woman you impregnated had the egg inside of her that you fertilized?
No.
If that's the case, you, like niggas drop seed and it makes no biological sense. And beloved, I don't even mean to be disrespectful. It makes no biological sense.
Hold on. You're not supposed to make a whole statement. Just ask him the question. What is the question?
Why do you think that your children were in your nut sacks as opposed to the woman who was born with these eggs?
Okay, Gratia, let me go ahead and give you a minute. Your time starts now. Jeez.
Because I create sperm every 45 days with my mind. I put my mind inside of a woman in order to have a child that is mind like me, because my child is like me. That's why a child needs a father. And without a father, like all men in this world, if he does not have a father, you can then tell, because he is then very more emotional. He acts more feminine. But with a child that actually has the father that procreated with him, and not stepfather, but his actual father, then you will see a difference because of the connection. That's why I believe that. And because a woman is born with all of her protein already.
Okay.
And then for you to say, oh, wait. And then you also say
4 seconds.
Okay, energy is nor destroyed or created.
Time. All right, cool. So obviously she has 302, you have 0. So we're gonna do it based off of who gets the most additional coins. All right. So I'm gonna put the timer on Buddha. We're gonna put it on for 3 minutes. Whoever gets the most additional coins, wins the debate.
What?
Yeah. Y'all can still talk. Okay, Beatrice, what's your opinion on what was said?
Okay, what I wanted to say was we just need to agree that the egg and the sperm are equally both important when it comes to producing a child.
Wait, hold on. Do anybody know what a hermaphrodite is?
Oh my god.
If you do not know what a hermaphrodite is,
I don't know why you guys went on that whole point. We're not plants, so obviously it can't.
No, this is not about a plant, bro.
But it also can't literally
your
be
sperm inside of
fertilizer either because we're not plants. So it's just a metaphor. But go ahead.
No, this is not a metaphor, bro. You can literally a man can put his sperm inside of a petri dish and grow it, and it becomes like a whole thing, but it does not have bones. Like.
What I'm saying is both are needed. Both
really research.
Bro didn't smoke the whole bowl tonight.
Like, bro, this is research.
Second one, yo.
Bro, both are needed. Both the egg and the sperm.
This is why I say men are way more important because y'all don't know that.
Over on the 420 here. That shit ain't got nothing to do with 420. What are you talking about?
It's a horrible debate.
Yeah, that's a horrible debate.
It's a horrible debate.
I don't know why. I don't understand why you're having that debate.
Grown woman brought it up first, but I don't know, man. You said
yeah, but that was I don't even know why she brought it up. That was a losing argument on both sides.
Wait, a man could grow his own
y'all
sperm
don't know
in a
about
petri
that?
dish, but it will have no bones.
Yeah, I don't know what he talking about, bro. You need to do some more research before you can present that shit.
But that's what I want to go get it. I'm gonna give you some advice.
Oh, I don't want to see that shit.
The reason black.
Why don't you just look at a science, like Google from like a clinic or a science? If you don't you have fertilizer, you do not have a seed. That's a biblical understanding.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
Listen, grown woman,
you don't have to
literally
just
plants.
argue with science.
We're not literally plants. It's a metaphor.
But literally, that's what medical books say. It's not a metaphor. It's a definition. That's what the medical definition is.
No. When people
look
are
it up.
No. Listen, grown woman. When people are saying that, it's a metaphor. They don't literally mean men have seeds. It's a metaphor.
Right. That's true.
Oh, he thinks he got seeds.
We're not plants.
I mean, some people are plants, you know.
Look, if I got seeds, I got a whole tree too. So I'm lying.
Yeah, I think dude left. Is he still here or not?
Oh no, he was so much fun. He left?
Y'all hurt his feelings, bro. Why y'all was so mean to him, bro?
Nobody was mean to him.
Buddha was trying to show us the way. And we all.
I just wanted to say that's what
Bro,
No
why you
Child
bully that
Left
man?
Behind looks like, because he clearly was left behind.
You know, I wanted to say that so bad, but that would have been so mean.
No, but grown woman was sitting there talking about seeds, and I didn't understand why she was saying that either, because it's not a literal.
No, the concept of seed didn't come from me. When he said seed, I'm like, oh, here we go. I couldn't believe he said it.
But that's a metaphor, though.
But they don't take that as a metaphor.
You argued as if it was a scientific fact that a sperm is a
I've
seed.
heard
We know
so
it's
many
not a
men
seed, literally.
make that argument. I've heard so many men make the argument. I got seeds and you got.
Because that's the metaphor. Metaphorically
I've been in these
if we were plants,
metaphor is wrong. The metaphor
metaphorically
is wrong.
speaking, if we were plants, it would be more similar to pollen than a seed. But anyways, it doesn't matter.
But grown woman, do you agree that the sperm and the egg are both equally important?
Sure.
Okay.
Only in mammals.
But in society, I guess it's so plentiful that nobody cares. Because, like I said, if you guys can just go donate some for $20, but I can give a egg to science for like $3,000.
Well, that's because you don't have as many.
I could beat that grown. Watch this. If I purchase an apartment complex, right?
Oh my God, no.
And I get hold on, listen, hold on. And I get all women in there, right? And I'm the only handyman janitor in that bitch. I bet you I could prove you wrong.
No, we have YouTube now. Like we can fix everything.
Fuck YouTube. But I'm the only handyman in this bitch, and I'm the only one who can fix your electricity and all that. And you in this apartment, it's over for your ass.
I mean, you're talking to somebody whose daughter is an electrician. So
she don't be in an apartment. She don't do roofing. What's up? She don't,
Yeah.
she don't do plumbing. She do electricity. I do it all.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, I always got people. Don't worry about it.
All right, let me see if I can get another debate going. Let me just look through these prompts. Okay, what do y'all think of? I have a couple of prompts, but I don't know which one y'all really are looking to debate. But all right, what about? Okay, not that one. This one.
Are you changing this one?
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about this one? Does more money mean more marriage, or does more marriage mean more money?
Who going first on this?
I definitely, well, as a,
going
somebody
first?
else can go first, but I'm
Are
definitely
you the
gonna pick
guy
this
that
up.
said you created 700 jobs I saw earlier?
So I'm definitely gonna pick the second one, the more marriage.
Second one.
For sure.
Hold up. Go ahead, Song. You were answering. Go ahead.
Well, it's just, I mean, even labor statistics said that married men and married couples, they produce, I think, almost 1.2 million more being together. Ecclesiastes 2 are better than 1. So yeah, marriage creates more money all day. Mathematically, it's not even close. I mean, 91% of all billionaires are married. 90% of all millionaires are married. And so they have a completely different value system now once a family is created. So men are not really moved by money like that. We move by people we love. We're very benevolent. We're a benevolent creature. So we're moved by what money does for those we love.
I'm moved by money. I ain't gonna lie.
I move by
No,
money.
not me.
If she got 100 million,
Okay, hold up, guys.
I might stay for a
Let me
couple
hold up,
years.
Jay Lex. Let me let you go next. So, does more money mean more marriage, or does more marriage mean more money? How come you're not talking now? I'm so confused.
Who was on? Is it on me?
I was asking Jay Lex. He was talking.
Oh, what did you ask? I didn't even know I was getting asked. What's up?
Yeah, I said, does more money mean more marriage, or does more marriage mean more money?
I say more money doesn't mean more marriage. You know what more money means?
Oh boy.
You know what more money means?
More hoes.
More hoes. More hoes.
Right. So which one is it on the
more
prompt?
marriage can make more money. More marriage can make more money. Just more money don't make more shit. More money. Yeah, nah. More marriage makes more money though. That tax return sweet as a motherfucker. Ain't? Hey, like let's not lie. Like there's straight up incentive to be married. Like there's just no incentive for me to make money and then try to get marriage. Like what I'm gonna gain from getting money than getting, like I'm gonna get money regardless, but what I'm gonna gain from getting 100 million, right? You marry a girl, then you split that shit. You ain't make shit. You broke now. So if you was married at the beginning and then you got a job, you make money. So I don't understand the question. I think if you got money, you're not.
You
gonna
answered the question. We got you. Let me go to.
All right. Slide.
Now you good. A grown woman, real quick. Grown woman. What do you think? More money? Does more money mean more marriage, or does more marriage mean more money?
I think it's nuanced for me, but I would say more money means more marriage.
Okay. Explain.
Well, it's because I think that we don't have a culture of marriage in our communities per se. And a lot of people say that has a lot to do with money. And, people will say, I can't afford to get married and all this kind of stuff. That's just some of the excuses that I hear. But I am very aware that when more money typically is coming from, a family as opposed to a single person or whatever. But again, it's nuanced in our community. So it would, there's education, there's a lot of things that can like change the dynamics of that question. So it's kind of like, it's kind of multidimensional.
Okay. Callie, what's your opinion?
On this prompt?
Yes, sir. More money? Does more money equal more marriage, or does more marriage equal more money?
More marriage equal more money. More money just equal more money. That makes sense.
All right. I don't disagree. More money does equal more money. That's true. So which one comes first? Like are we getting caught up in thinking we need more money to get married? Is that the problem? Or do we really need more money to get married? Or is it the fact that if we were married more, we'd have more money? Like which one is, you know what I mean? What do you think? What's your opinion? You could make a logical argument, I'm sure, one way or another.
You know how when you have money, you do whatever you want to do?
I got skipped.
Oh, my bad.
No, well, Callie, yeah, yep, exactly. Well, Callie, so if you can, if you can't answer it, I'm gonna go over to Beatrice. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Beatrice, more money means more marriage, or does marriage mean more money?
Marriage mean more money. 2 is better than 1. It's that easy.
Okay. Debbie, what do you think?
Sapphire changed their profile pic.
Debbie?
She all right?
Debbie? All right, let me go to Sapphire. Sapphire.
I think more money, more marriage equal more money.
Okay. I think almost everyone is on that side. We got grown woman again, the only dissenting voice. All right. So, unless Debbie, are you there or not? Debbie?
You and grown woman versus the whole panel, bro. No lie.
Yeah, it's gonna be grown versus the whole panel because I don't hear Debbie. All right, Debbie's being a downer right now.
It's not a good debate. I ain't gonna lie. It's not a good debate, bro.
I agree with you, Beatrice. I think if you said that, I don't think it's a good one either.
Yeah, I mean, the poorest people on the planet are single, and the wealthiest people are married. I mean, it's not even.
No. You could be single and rich too. What you lying about?
90% of all billionaires are married, and 91% of all millionaires are married.
I'm about to get up in this debate. I think I can easily argue either side, but I don't understand why. All right, so grown woman, her belief is that, and she's the only one on the panel that believes it, but she believes that you need more money to get married.
Makes sense.
Agree with? Oh no, go ahead, grown woman. Is that what you said?
No, I said that it appears that
if you have more money, you're more likely to get married.
Because again, like it's a nuanced conversation, because like if we're talking about our American society in general, then I would say marriage means more money. But if we're talking about us, that don't necessarily mean a lot more money. And again, there's nuances too to that. But I hear the complaining, black men get married at like a 30-something% rate or something like that. And typically you hear them say that it's expensive. So that's the only reason why I said more money will mean more marriage, along with typically.
All right, stop there. Song, what do you disagree with that?
And from what she just said?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not coming for her because I don't know her, but that would make sense that a woman would feel that, and then not in a gender way, but if I have daughters, it will make sense that my daughters say that the money should come first. And I don't want to be extra religious, but Proverbs 24:27 says, do not build a house, do not get married, do not start a family until you're sure you can produce an income. So even the Creator says for men, you need to get good at making money. But if I'm going after making money because I want a family, again, number 2 is the thing. So I'm doing it for a purpose. Most men don't buy a house until they get married. Most women buy a house even if they don't have anybody. We don't like going in debt without an end goal. Their brains are futuristic. So we don't like getting in any kind of consequence without a direction. It's like, why am I putting myself through this just to feel included in the group? So men are only going to do that for the sake of the family. They're not going to men are logical. They're not just buying debt. I'm not knocking women, but they'll get into a bunch of debt without really an income or with a goal for the future. And I'm only saying this because I'm in the finance industry. So I've, sat with 8,000 families. In coaching men, most guys I can help get out of debt in 6 months. Most women, it takes me 13 years to help them. And most of their debt is, so whatever. But my point is, my point is, for men, it's marriage. We don't really just get into making money. Money don't do nothing for me. I have a 7-bedroom house, 1.5 acres, 5 bathrooms, but it's because I want each one of my children to have a room. I want this for my wife. I want that. So I want stuff for them. But if it wasn't for them here, shoot, I could just live with my brothers.
A song, you just made her point.
No, what I'm just saying is, the only reason why I did it is the second reason. Marriage makes more money. It was because of the family that I started going after more and more because I wanted them to have more.
So you're saying you didn't start making more money until you had a family?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
My income tripled when I got a family. I mean, I made good money, but it tripled when I had a family. But that's on every job. The married men on average, by the end of any career at any company, make 2 times more than the single guys.
So the marriage make you rich, not the other way around.
The responsibility.
Woman, what do you think? Well, how do you debate that?
I think that it's when he says that he makes 3 times as much money now, he also has a couple of times as much more expenses.
Correct.
And if we're talking about like the example of, I make more, if let's just say it's a career, which I know he said he has a business where he has like 700 employees. So I know it's not you.
No, a girl said that earlier.
No, you said it. I was there. So
I don't have 700
here's the thing.
employees.
If you're on a job, if you're on a job for any amount of time, you're going to make more. Like people tend to like look for, get promoted when they're, when they have a family. They stick to their jobs. Well, most responsible men do this or whatever. So if you're there longer, you're going to make more money, which is why the married men are usually a little bit older. And, they are usually like the supervisors, the boss, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's just a natural thing. It's called tenure. That's why you're making more money.
Women peak in income at 35. Men, 95% of all men's income is made after 35.
My passive income peaked at 50, at 200,000 last year.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying go research it. Is when the children come, chemically it changes, the brain changes. It just happens after 30. Most of them peak between their 20s and 30s, and most men peak between 95% of all men's income is made after 35. So we have 2 different designs.
That makes sense, though, right? It makes sense because if the woman is giving birth to the children, somebody has to be earning an income, unless the white man kicks you out.
So let me ask you: is it mutual for women? Do women make more money after marriage as well?
No.
It depends on the community you're talking about. Like if you
I don't care what community you're talking about.
Let me pull out the stats, honey.
Yeah, good luck with that. So it's chemically, when they start having babies and children and married, they chemically shift to they're nurturing beings when you see that. First of all, this is the world numbers. 90% of all millionaires are men. 90%. So 90% in both categories. Men, watch this. They say, well, what about the 8% that are women? Well, 90 of the richest women in the world. The richest women in the world, 90% of them got their money through divorce and death. The husband died. Only 1% got it through business. And in terms of business for black women, they dead last.
Oh, so you're saying that women actually did get richer as well because they got inheritance from
marriage, period. That's been the same way for 10,000 years.
You made my point.
You're almost never going to see a woman get wealthy just by herself. Not happening. It's like 0.00008% or something like that.
So you made my point. You said that it didn't matter which community or nuance or anything like this. When we talk about women, because you know how like the argument the guys like to say, women
but
are
he said that marriage brings more wealth, not
Right,
more wealth brings marriage.
but
You're
I'm speaking
saying
to what
more
he
wealth
just
brings
said.
marriage.
He just said that women get their money primarily through inheritance and marriage. So he
No,
also said,
yeah, through
you said
the
that
man died. So yeah, whatever.
Inheritance
Yeah.
through
right.
the
So
man
that's
dying
inheritance.
after
And then
marriage.
he also said that it doesn't matter the community, and I'm telling you it does, because what black community are we inheriting from? What community black women are not inheriting?
No,
And
black men
how
ain't
long-
marrying the upper. That's 2.5 million upper class black men. So let's just start there. Now, and there's 600,000 more married black men than are more black women. So the black men keep their marriages together more. The black women file 90% of the divorces. So they tend to tear up their own wealth. Black women tear up their own wealth more than any other group.
Women file divorces across the board more than men
But
do.
black don't nobody do it. Like 90% in the black community, and watch this: 80% had nothing to do with infidelity and
And
abuse.
we're not talking about wealth. We're talking about the black community.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, if it's a reason why we don't, the women don't have wealth.
That's why I said that the conversation is nuanced. That's why I said it's nuanced, because
All right,
most
let me
black
stop-
women
let
cannot
me
say
stop there. We
that they
seem to have
inherited
hit-
money from their husband or their dad.
Yeah,
seem to
I don't
have
think
hit
it was
an
wise to go
impasse.
to the BLK
We
group.
seem to have hit an impasse. So let me go ahead and put a timer on song for 3 minutes. Whoever has the most coins, additional coins, at the end of that 3 minutes will be the winner of the debate. Because I felt like that was a pretty decent debate. So I feel like you both did your thing on that. But hold on. Let me go ahead and put the countdown. 3 minutes. All right. So 3 minutes start now. Let me hear from a few other people on the panel what they thought of the debate. C, what did you think? Who do you think won that?
I just put myself on mute, but I just wanted to state that in corporate America, they only really respect people who are married. So I don't necessarily think that for women, their wealth come from becoming a widow or divorce or anything like that. They respect people who are married. So whether you're a man or a woman, you're more viable to make more money when you're married. In terms of the prompt, just to give a different perspective, because I didn't hear anybody mention this though, but
No. Who do you think? Who do you think made? You were listening. You were here. Who made the better point?
I think grown women made the better point.
Okay. Why do you
Sorry
feel like
about
she
that.
made a better point?
I think she's been making the best points all night. I mean, in terms of
No, specifically when it comes to this debate, what is it that you like that she said?
regarding this debate, when she mentioned, basically everything.
Okay.
It's hard to be specific on it. That's my answer.
Okay. Let me go to Monica. Monica, what did you think?
Well, I caught it at the tail end, but she definitely was making more valid points in the sense of the community, the wealth, the generational wealth, where is it being grown from, and the fact of the matter is, it's not all widowers and women getting money from their men that are making,
He didn't say all though.
He said a majority or a percentage, but I can't even see that.
Okay. Not sure that she said that. I think her point was the fact that people who have more money get married more often. And then his point, if I remember correctly, was, anyways, there's 36 seconds left. I haven't seen any voting. It's just going to be like, I guess maybe not a debate then if nobody votes. But
I said that from the beginning. It's not a good debate.
I think it's a good debate, but I don't know.
I think so too. I think it's one that we don't want to face because it's one that requires skill. Like for most of us, we don't marry into money. Matter of fact, 90% of all the current millionaires, I think it's 91%, are first generation, or 89%. I'm looking at it right now. 89%, meaning that we didn't get an inheritance. So that's 25 million millionaires in America, and most did it in their lifetime. Now, of the ones that are millionaires, 70% got stay-at-home wives. So it's a whole different skill set that you have to me, as a man and a woman, to be married and to grow together to build something. Most don't have it. 90% can't do it. They weren't raised in it. They weren't trained in it. They don't know how to walk with somebody else and become successful. Most were trained to spend all the money they got. And our community, BLK, 70% of our women got less than $100 in a savings account. So they can't walk with another man and help and not squander all his money and spend all his stuff. He gets money. They get money. They're going to spend it. He get money. They're going to spend his money. The children get money. They're going to spend them most. Do I know plenty of women that you
So
can
let's
marry?
talk about the empirical data, though. Where's the empirical data to support that? Because the
I'm
only
in the
people that I
finance
see,
industry. First,
right?
I can
I am
answer
a
this. I answer
certified
you.
public
There's
accountant.
6 banks.
And
There
I'm
are
in
6
finance
banks.
as well. And I
There
don't
are
believe
6
those stats
banks.
that he's
There are
mentioning.
it's already released. Says 6 banks. The 6 banks, one of which was Bank of America, said almost half of all the women in America have less than $100 in a savings account. And when they divided it by race, 70% of the black women
Where
had
did it
less than
say
that.
it's because the women
You
are
can get,
spending
that's
their
an
money?
easy research. You can type
Where
in Bank
did
of
it say
I'm gonna
that
help
the
you because
women
y'all
were
get
spending?
triggered when there's data.
Where
And then when
did
y'all say y'all got data, y'all never pull it up. I can share my screen.
So it's going to say that the women are spending the men's money.
Say now
That's
you're
what
gonna
it's
flip
gonna
it. I just said
Well,
this.
that's what you said. That's what I
Well,
spoke
do
to.
you understand that
source
women
up.
have 85% of the consumer debt? Being right to you more is more important
Absolutely,
than winning. I
especially
don't
if
care
we're
about
talking
winning.
about the black community who is not leaving an inheritance. But source up on the women spending the men's money up. Source up on that.
Say it again?
Show me the
Do you
data
understand that
and the
at
source
$40,000?
documentation.
Okay, let me help you. I'm gonna help you
for
because you
that.
asked for the data. This is labor statistics. It's already told.
And the labor statistics say that many don't. That,
See,
that
why
the
did you
women
cut
are
me off
spending the
4
men's
times?
money.
I'll let you finish. Then let me finish.
Just answer the question that I asked you.
Then let me. No, you want to control me? No. Listen, I'm gonna answer you, but listen to me. I'm asking you.
Keep asking him one question, and then you don't allow him to answer the question. Then you ask another question. So let him.
Yeah, I
what's
don't
the
understand.
question that you want him? I'm lost at which question you want him to answer. Which question do you want him to
Same
answer?
question. I want him to answer. Where is the source document that says that the women are spending the men's money? That's
Okay,
why they.
stop it.
Every
Okay.
consumer report that's out there, it's about 26. It's about 26. All right. So, as we stated again, in general, men don't really spend. That's why the commercials don't even. The average person sees 4,000 to 10,000 advertisements a day. Almost none of them are geared towards men. I think like 4%, because we're not naturally moved by that. We are futuristic beings. They naturally. I don't think anybody's shocked by this data that the consumers of consumer debt. Men tend to buy asset debt. Consumer debt is bought by women. Is anybody shocked by that?
It's very
I don't-
interesting. I think you have a lot of information that you're like the perfect person to have this conversation with, because I feel like you actually have enough substance to have this conversation. I don't know. I haven't looked at some of this information, but I mean, grown woman. I mean, I don't understand. I haven't heard a good counter yet.
No, but they
mean,
won't.
As I'm talking, he started with the
So do you remember what point you said that more people who have more money get married more, right? Correct? I haven't heard you prove that.
that people with more money, well, the people with money are the ones getting married. So like, this is why it's a dumb debate, because just like Beatrice was trying to tell you, if you say that more money means more marriage, or does more marriage mean more money, it's like a double negative, because if you get married, you get more money. You have money because you get married. It's damn near canceling each other out.
Dang, she found out the cheat code. You know why man stay
What up,
broke?
Song? Are you still there?
Ain't married.
I'm here because I was going to share my screen. What she's saying is just, listen, what she's saying is incredibly inaccurate, and it's not true. It's the plan of it's the way the creator designed us. He don't even care what we think.
No, Song, let her be right. Song, let her be right.
Yeah, I'll just let her be right.
If she ain't clapping you 5 times a week. Hold on, Song, listen. With her logic, if that means it's 100% a woman's fault. If she ain't clapping you 5 times a week, the bank account don't go up. That's just what we got to start doing now. Look.
Yeah. So I don't understand. Like when I give data that can be looked at, it just, even all the sources, even if it was from the creator, all of it gets attacked, and that's okay. But I understand that's a different kind of a woman or female. Now, some would love the truth. That's a rare breed. This is why the creator says.
If we're gonna get into
I'll stick with woman. This is why the creator says
Yeah, because you got tossed from another platform for capping.
I don't a bunch of masculine hyenas. I wasn't offended. I just clicked on something to
Those
check.
were women. Those were in the men.
No, they
men
were masculine hyenas that don't qualify. I looked at all their pages. I think
you're
2
just
were
feminine.
married and none of them had a ring
Feminine.
on. They're going to unalive
Not
old and
masculine. There was
It
nothing
doesn't matter. They
masculine
had to get
about
up and
those
work in the
women,
morning.
But when you're pussy, everything looks masculine to you.
Now, host. Now, nobody already started calling names.
Damn, you better song.
Here comes signs.
Don't ask the host for help. You better defend yourself.
Think about it.
cool.
It's okay.
Defend yourself,
We already know
It's
something.
Hold up, guys. Hold
It's
up,
okay. Like,
Defend yourself, son. Don't take that shit.
Take
Hold up,
little,
guys.
if you
Hold up,
take
guys. You're
passive
getting away.
aggressive-
And then they
Hold
laugh.
up, hold up.
I'm not offended.
I mean,
She got to go
hold
to
up,
sleep.
hold
up.
Get away with that shit.
Look, I am
My
sick.
wife taking applications.
Hold up.
No,
Let me mute everybody
song,
real
you better
quick.
start
Hold up.
roasting. What the hell? She just
Hold
said.
up, J. Alex, hold up. Okay, guys, we were having a substantive debate, and then when I asked grown woman to get into exactly proving it, she made a good point. She said that her point was saying that the both are mutually exclusive, that you have to have more money, period, and more money begets more money. Song said that's nonsense. So Song, I want you to explain why that is nonsense and why you don't have to, why is it that you feel that more money doesn't necessarily lead to more marriage, but more marriage does necessarily lead to more money? Song?
I was muted. My bad. I think
No,
it
you good.
goes without saying in general, when we have more stuff, we're more cautious because we have more to lose. And so when we're younger, we don't. So if anybody wants to go look up these statistics, if I ask anybody, how many millionaires are there in America? You can look that up. It's 25 million, 24.5 as of February of last year. But it's 1,700 new ones a day. If I look at the average age of a millionaire, it's 56. If I look at how did they become millionaires, they did it in real time, 90%. No inheritance. They did it from young age in their 20s up. When you look at how many of them did it from brokenness to marriage, over 90-something% created their wealth and in their lifetime with their partner together and became some of the wealthiest people on the planet. When you look at the 98% of all those below the poverty rate, 98% are single. So I don't even know why there's a debate. We can debate it, but it doesn't take away those numbers. Somebody could win this panel, but still lose in life. I don't want to clap back when your life is losing. Just clap back.
Those some bars right there, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. I think this is actually a pretty good debate because I think.
Well, let's talk about losing in life. Let's talk about losing in life because I'm sitting on my lanai overlooking the pool. So I don't know who's losing here.
Then we can
I mean,
talk
that's
about how
fine.
you got it.
How did I get it? That's not your business how I got it legally.
I know
Are
you don't want to
married?
know. I can tell you how I got
Woman,
mine.
are you married?
Yeah, I'm
No,
married.
she's a widow. She's a widow.
No, I'm married. I'm married again. I said when I was in corporate America, I was.
So that's how she got it.
No, it
So
wasn't.
she clearly believes in. She was married
No,
with a
it
widow and then
wasn't.
married
No,
again.
it wasn't.
If she believes she can do it on her own,
This
she
is,
can do it on her
this is
own.
exactly why you get dragged because you can't tell my life.
I
little
get
boy.
from them. Listen, you got it's a certain level.
You don't know.
Listen,
you don't know
y'all
anything
drag
about me,
Kevin
but what
Samuels.
I do know about you is that you jump on panels and lie and then get dragged for it.
Tell me
You
give
sat
me
up
one
here
line.
and said that you created more jobs than Tesla. If you don't sit your, I mean, they may be fooled and impressed, but when you've actually seen and came from money,
Is there
bullshit
any
don't
black
impress
man?
you.
Is there any black
I
man
know
on here
a
to believe I said
culture
that?
when I see one.
No, y'all are
I
lying.
mean, one of the guys was in here. That Amos guy, he heard it too. He saw it too.
Okay, so Amos, did I say I created more jobs than Tesla?
I mean, if you said 700 this year, you created more jobs than Tesla this year.
I didn't say I created no 700 jobs in a year. That's goofy.
Yes, you did. Yes,
no,
you
I
did.
did not. No,
Yes,
you guys
did.
kept taking. Let's stay on the topic because this is
You
what y'all
said
do
it.
when y'all lose.
You're
Y'all
a
deflect.
capper.
Yeah, let's stay
You're
on
a
topic because when
capper.
they lose, they
You're a
deflect.
capper.
Yeah,
They
let's
start
stay on
calling
topic,
nine.
guys. Let's stay on
Song,
topic.
you should have just said,
Let's
you
get back to
should have
topic.
I work for a
Song
staffing
just made
agency.
a really good point. Grown, actually debate him on what he just said about
You won't.
wealth and about the. So, did you get most of your wealth before you were married or during when you were married?
No, like I have more of it now, actually. I had more. I mean, I was fine. I had a 6-figure
After
business
you were
before
married.
I got. No, before I got married, look. I didn't come from my father got put out of the house from welfare. That's not my background. That's not my story. My dad paid for my education out of his pocket. Like I didn't come from that.
Heard
So
that, man.
it's like,
Like I told you,
excuse me, I didn't disagree.
men
I
have
said
been
that
funding
women-
you since the beginning of time, my friend, and you
No.
can't respect them enough to say that.
I don't respect you.
Wasn't your father
I
married?
respect my father.
So he
I
got the
respect
money
my
through his
father.
marriage. Then you got another
Through his-
husband, and you
through
got
his
blessed through
father.
that. Now you got
Through his
another
father.
husband. Men have been blessing you and blessing you and blessing you, but you're on here talking
You
trash.
can look. I made 6 figures on my own, baby.
No,
Even
you
this
no,
year.
you didn't. You got
Even
funded
this
by your
year.
dad. He paid your education.
My dad, I was
funded
his
it.
child. I was
And
his
then
child.
another
I know,
man who
I
had a
know that you
business
guys have this
decided to
thing
hire you.
about taking care of your children, but a man providing a college education for his daughter is not funding. That's
He's
responsibility.
right. Just stop.
That's
Why are you
responsibility.
fighting this? He's right. You got your thing
so
from the men around you. There's nothing wrong with that.
You damn right. Look, I don't have a problem
But they're
with
so
saying
godless.
that. Godless. You just call women hyenas. Fuck you. You just call women hyenas after lying.
Is that your
Or
emotional
after-
ability to control
because
yourself?
they called you out on your lies. But let's
No,
talk about this
give me
finance.
one of the lies.
So
I don't.
18% of Americans are millionaires. It's 18% of Americans are millionaires. And I'm assuming that you are trying to say that you're one of them.
That's 18% of households, and there's only 8% of individual
of
people.
U.S. 18%
Okay, go ahead.
of U.S. households. If we're talking about marriage, if we're talking about marriage, right? So that's a household. Whether your household is married or single, is it still a household?
You know, it ain't that
Is it-
hard to be.
can an
Notice she has
individual
yet
have
to
a
answer
household
any
or
of the
what?
questions I've said. She's never answered them. If
Ask
this was a
a question.
playback somewhere
Ask a
and the rest of the
question
country
without
saw
this
this,
weird
they'd be like, she
ask
can
a
answer one
question.
of his questions. She never
Ask
answered
the
it.
question. Ask
I've
a
asked
question.
plenty. You haven't answered them.
Hey, look, anybody can become a millionaire. All you gotta do is buy 3 houses and wait 30 years.
Yeah, that first step is hard though, brother. That ain't.
That's right.
2 steps, but that first step is hard.
Well, mutual funds create most of the millionaires. The average return on the S&P 500 in the last quarter century has been 12.5%. That means money doubles
Of
every
course
6
mutual
years.
funds make the million. Man, everybody retiring rich. What do you mean? Like, okay, yeah, duh.
Mutual funds make most of the millionaires.
30 years is crazy.
Exactly.
Buy th-
Making
buy
money,
three-
making
buy
money,
three $400,000
money.
houses.
You have
and
to
then
make
chill,
your
bro.
money make
Wait,
more
just
money.
wait. Just get a renter in that bitch, and you can just chill for.
You know
30
how
years.
I own a property. Do you know how much a down payment is on my property that I own? That's the
much?
first step. That's a hard step to come over.
Correct. 25 grand.
No,
It's not
no,
even-
no,
it's not
no.
really
I own a
hard.
fourplex in Texas.
How much?
Near the DFW area, so it ain't gonna be.
Quadruplex.
How much?
So how much?
My down payment was after everything, taxes, fees, and everything. It was around 200 grand.
You doing it
So
wrong.
this is why you want to
Doing
be
it
married.
wrong.
Exactly.
It's because you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Well, mine was 100
grand.
grand, and that was because I didn't want a high
100 grand.
mortgage.
You guys paid something on your down payment? Y'all crazy.
All right. So where I am again.
Can I just say something? Because
And our
Yeah,
men
go ahead,
believe in
Monica.
marriage more.
Go ahead, let's get an opinion on what you heard Song and Grown Woman said so far.
I mean, I just want to say that when
convinced-
Song speaks, he
Yeah.
speaks like he's obviously fluent in this. Like you know something, obviously, meaning I agree with the sense of men. How can I say this? Like a man should make a lot of money. Like my dad made a lot of money, okay, and my mom also made a lot of money. I mean, my mom was a businesswoman.
Right,
even
but the
though
question is did they make more money because they were married, or is it that they're getting married because they had more money?
No, I think they made more.
That's the
My mom
question
was a
that's on the point.
housewife. My mom was a housewife in the beginning. My dad was military.
Bingo.
Yeah,
Whoa,
she
whoa,
raised,
whoa.
right?
Correct. So you're saying they made most of their money when they were married?
Yeah,
Yes,
because that's how it
indeed.
works. You're not going to
Mama,
accumulate wealth without having a family. That's silly.
They didn't,
No
but they
other
were
community
broke
works that
before
way.
they- were
When
they
you look
broke
at when
before
you
they
look at when the
got-
African American community was successful during the civil rights movement,
Were they broke? Okay,
that
stop.
movement-
Hold on.
Wait, can I just
Were they
finish?
broke before they got married?
Never broke, but making right. My dad was early in the military, right? He was a Vietnam vet that, but they had, when you're in the military like that, it's easier, right? It's like they don't have really housing to
Appreciate your
pay
service,
for.
bro.
They get loans easily. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like
Zero down
credit.
is crazy, ain't it? That zero down crazy as a motherfucker.
Right.
And how was your mom financially?
So my mom, my mother is Korean. She came to America like having to be a housewife for my dad, right? Raising the kids. My dad was the
So
breadwinner.
she didn't have a lot of money when she first came here.
No, they both didn't have a lot of money. But let me tell you this story about them. They were both hustlers. They were making money overseas. I'm not going to even go into it, but they were making money overseas and, coming back to America doing things because my mom has always had that business mindset that I know how to make money. And before you knew it, when they had enough money to do what they needed to do, my dad was like, your mom always wants to open up businesses, all this, right? But at the end of the day, she made obviously more money into the home, right? The businesses that she had flourished and she made a lot of money. And at one point she was making more money for the house than my dad was pulling in from the military. But then
Y'all making me want to get married. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, she's saying yes.
Don't
She's
do it.
saying yes. They accumulated
Don't
all
do
of their
it,
money
Missy.
when
Don't
they were
do
married.
it.
Yeah.
I'm saying they accumulated, they're 70, 74, 73 and 75 right now. Okay. And they have accumulated so much generational wealth because my mother, not my father, my mother is meaning, the one who made sure that the money was being made, recycled, make more money. My mom was that woman that always told me, if you have $20, learn how to make it $40. Learn how to make it $80, right? Learn how to make it $100, right? Don't take that 20 and say, oh, I have $20. Let me spend that $20. And that's just how she lived and how she did it.
She's still saying yes. She's just saying her mom.
To marriage, correct. And you got to be with a woman that can either sustain what you brought in or increase it. If she squanders,
that's what I'm trying to get at.
What I tell the young guys
that's
is,
my point in the marriage, what do you say? The balance of who's bringing it in, where it's coming from. If it's man bringing it in first.
Remember, this isn't about who's making more money, men or women. It's about, is marriage the institution to make money, or do you need money to get married in the first place?
Marriage.
No, because they didn't have a lot in the beginning.
Right.
They just did what they had to
So
do.
you
and they
actually
knew
agree
how-
with
they knew how to
Psalm.
make that money. I do, because they knew how to make that money continuously and make it smart to where now they are living so plush, you know what I mean? But so plush, but so humble, right? You would never know that they are millionaires. Like my dad became a millionaire twice, and my mom too. You know what I mean? And you would never know that. You would never know that. And I'm just saying, like, they've created the generational wealth that we would be first generation. Right?
I'm gonna tell you guys, you want to find to me, I have guys ask me, do you think it's harder now with this generation? I say no, it's easier. I'm 50. In my opinion, I'm gonna tell you why. Because attention is currency for women, and smacks is currency for men. You can go to these women pages; they'll tell you in 5. Like a lot of these girls get on the panel, they don't have no ring on. You go to their page, and you'll never see a husband, but they'll swear they got a husband, and they'll swear they're married. Yeah, okay, and then they would call you a liar. But so they make it easier. If I was a young guy and I was single, when I met my wife, goes we same church, but when you go on her, it's nothing you could see. She just doesn't get her attention from strange people that don't know her. So when you start seeing the first sign, you start seeing that, it's cool. You could be friends, but you let them get old and unalive alone. You don't marry them. So it's been easier than ever before to find out who you don't touch. To me, I love this age right here. My son is a little boy, but if this keeps going, it's going to be easy to help him find a woman of quality, because right now, this is madness. But marriage is no question the holy grail for wealth. Matter of fact, the creator said he was going to make sure that was the case. So
I'm taking notes, man. I'm taking notes.
Let me ask C real quick.
TikTok is a hoe.
That's what he
Man,
said.
I
Steve,
don't-
have
yeah.
you
The
been
toilet seats.
converted to Song side, or are you still on Grown Woman side? And what opinions do you agree with? And then why?
All right, so with Song, I agree in terms of him saying that women may have, I guess, gained more of a financial stability through marriage. However, I think that trajectory is turning around right now. I mean, I think most black, if we think about with the black community, I mean, most black women are more educated, making more money at this particular point.
No, they're
So
not.
that trajectory.
No, they're not. I can help y'all with the statistics. I mean, the number one, BLK women are dead last in business. Dead last. They have the highest evictions. So when you start seeing them talk about education and business, this is what I would coach my son. When you start hearing that, don't touch them, because they're incredibly delusional, usually way off about money. First of all, 90% of them that even go into business, it takes them 5 years to turn a profit. Oh, that's regular business. No. They get in so much debt from poor spending. It's insane. They're masculine. They make it easy to see, don't marry them. And they have the highest percentage of enrollments, but not the highest percentage of graduation. They love to say that we're the most educated. All the races of women, the women get more education than the men. It's just the rest of it. My wife says, I'll go to college for my husband. I'm not going to college to get in debt to make strange men wealthy. I'll go to college. My wife speaks 3 languages to make my own household. If you're listening around women who are getting better for their home, that's a wife. If you listen to them to do it for strangers, don't you bring that thing in your house. Don't no way you bring that in your house.
Okay.
And she's
Okay. So I have a question for you. So in terms of the evictions, is that recent? I mean, due to the economy. I mean,
recent.
Right.
But listen,
It doesn't matter if it's recent or past.
I'm talking
so long,
to
it's
Song.
ridiculous.
I'm talking to Song right now.
In our community.
So are those statistics recent in terms of these evictions? Because we know that the economy is very bad right now, and if most women
No,
own their
it was before.
homes, okay.
It was bad
Okay,
at the peak of they were getting in them crazy arms. And where they talking about women more than ever before keep buying their homes. It sounds slick when you hear that. You know who's saying that? Us salespeople. You know who we targeting? Y'all. Because y'all will get in debt with no vision, no direction. Men don't do that.
Stop
So it's
saying
hard
y'all, because I'm not that type of woman.
Okay, fine.
So
a lot of BLK women will get in ridiculously reckless. They'll be talking about, look at my home and I'm traveling. Most of them spend all their retirement on vacation. Only 1% can retire at 65. Terrible with money. First of all, family requires vision. The human brain, women's thoughts go left to right. You can go to any Hopkins, any website and look at the brain. It goes left to right.
Say they know so much about women. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Which is so amazing because it allows my mother, my wife, it allows them to be present for the children. If women just love being women, they're the most gangster thing on the planet. It's when they want to say, let me get in your lane to be a man, we all done. But just being a woman is the most extraordinary. A feminine woman, C.S. Lewis said it, I'm going to repeat again. The greatest career on the planet is a homemaker, and all other careers bow down to the greatest career. So I tell people, when you go to work at the post office in your job, all you guys are bowing down to the owner's wife. She wakes up when she wants. She's checking on her children. And when you're in your cubicle with all your degrees that you can't pay back, and she just worked on having to develop the skills to be a wife to him, and you too masculine to have developed it, you just going to work till you're 90. And she been retired. My wife don't have no, I retired my wife 5 years ago, and ain't nobody paid the bill in 13 years. My wife says, I study my husband's needs. That's so much easier than studying all these random, the average person gets 16 jobs in their lifetime. So that means
okay, so I have a question. Because you've answered a long time ago. So when it comes to the difference between men and women, do you think that more black men at this particular point in time are making more money than black women still?
Labor statistics says at 40,000 a year. First of all, the average black BOK woman makes 37. The average BOK man makes 40. So as soon as you get to 40, when you get to 100,000, they only 3%. Only 3% of BOK women make 100 grand. All the TikTok stuff, they lying. 8%.
I'm just talking about collectively. I'm not talking about percent. I'm just talking about collectively.
BOK men make 100 grand.
Men don't care about money. You know what I'm saying?
The pay gap definitely still exists.
That is a lie. First of all, Google's already reported. Google said we pay more to the women than the men. Google said it's a lie. Amazon said it's a lie. Amazon said if women were less expensive than men, we would only have women. That's a lie. If men work longer hours, they take riskier jobs. They take 97% of workplace deaths are men. Women won't take those jobs. They want jobs where there's Yes, and
So
second
in
of all,
2023, they said that the gender wage gap in the U.S. was definitely active still. Okay, so there's
why?
like a
This is just females
17.3%.
complaining.
I'm not
Listen,
complaining.
listen.
I'm trying to make up. Can I join the conversation with some
Sure, go
with
ahead.
some statistics?
Go
So it's a 17.3% wage gap. Now, a lot of the men like to lead with, well, you guys aren't doing the dangerous jobs. Well, they did put out some data to address that as well. And they said that women are still being discriminated against on those jobs that people are saying that was because, look, I don't know if you can source up on the phone or if I can join from.
I can tell you right here. Let me watch this. I can tell you the top 7 careers that BLK women pick in college. BLK women pick of the 15 lowest paid incomes. They pick 7 of those careers that are lowest paid. The natural design of a woman is social. When women at a time when they had the chance to go into all the STEM fields more than ever before in history, just leaving them by themselves in the room to choose, they go over to social fields, nursing. They're empathetic. Their brains go from left to right. They're
Well, my
designed for
background is
nurture.
finance, so that doesn't apply to me.
That's okay. Well, it didn't fly to you, but I'm saying I'm in the finance industry, and I would say 95% of people beating the bricks out of everybody are couples and men. The women don't even come close to beating the men in finance industry. Not even close. So
The problem with this, though, is that it's not
even
room for
close.
nuances. Just like
It's not
with the
even
lady
close.
who's
It's like
in finance,
2%.
I have a CPA. I owned a business.
It
My
doesn't
sister
matter.
worked for
That just
PhD
sounds
as a
like debt.
scientist. To say it sounds like death.
Did y'all pay all the student loans back?
I retired at 50, and I never had a student loan because my father took care of his children.
Did y'all hear you hear what she just said?
Yeah,
Did you pay your student loans?
It's a man again.
Did you pay your student loans?
So are you
man.
trying to
That-
shame? Are you trying to shame my father?
No,
for
I'm
being-
saying that's awesome. My daughters won't have that either. But my daughters will honor men. They won't be on here
So
talking crazy.
what is the problem? What is the
My
problem?
daughters
You
won't
said
be
that I
on here
have debt.
talking
I don't
crazy.
have it.
If your daddy gave you money, your husband and daddy both.
My
make
dad
more.
gave DePaul money.
Okay, so your
I don't
daddy
believe
and
her.
your-
Go to her
so your
page and look
daddy
around and see if any
your
of the-
husband- does your- Hold on.
Matter of fact,
So,
you want to go? You know what?
I don't
daddy
believe
and your
nothing
husband
she
make more money than you. Did your daddy do anything bad to make the money, or did he just do his job?
No, he inherited the trucking company from his dad.
Bingo,
so-
Mary.
so there you go.
What in the world?
That's
I don't
not
even
What
know
I'm
why
trying to
women-
figure
But
out,
they
like,
violate.
what I'm trying to figure out is what did somebody else's dad here not do something for them?
No,
What's the
every
problem?
son.
There we go,
had-
deflecting.
Look, listen, grown. Every dad had the option to hand it down to whoever he wanted. He only handed it down to whoever he thought would work the hardest, right? My grandpa handed down a farm to my grandma. So I'm telling you, he had this shit down to whoever's going to continue their legacy. And
my point
more than not, it's their son. Most men
My
train
point
both their
was
son and daughter.
the nuances
their
part of the
legacy.
conversation. Like he just said that he didn't believe
The
me,
son
right?
continues the legacy.
But
And
we're
then-
About your life, your dad, and that may be true about everybody else, because y'all love what y'all have to do. The hyenas do
Who
is
is
they bring
y'all?
up their parents, and then the hyena. Well, I'm telling you, hyenas will bring up everybody else, but they won't bring up themselves that they squandered it. Like it got ruined at them.
Why are you?
Song, is all
Yeah.
of your debt paid off?
What are
Is
you
all of your debt
talking
paid
about?
off, Song?
I don't
These
have
burgers
that.
taste good. What you
Yeah, he has
So you paid
700 employees. He doesn't, girl. He's
It
following.
just be funny, but that's not. It's still. I'm cool. I'm laying on my. I'm comfortable. With
You know
it.
what? If women made more money than us,
But we don't.
I would still be married, bro, because they're gonna still choose me. So I don't care either way.
Yeah, they
No,
don't.
but like the wage gap is still a thing.
It's not. That's not.
But that's not the
It's still a
reason.
thing.
It's not.
And
We're not
women,
wired to do it, but the only ones who are talking like I've been around the
Hey,
world.
if they
I'm
want
on my
to pay
third
my
passport.
bills,
It's BLKs.
I still need it
BLKs
5
talk that
times a week,
crazy
though,
stuff.
so they're gonna have to work
Grown
that out.
woman, your data is skewed because it's not taking into account the jobs that are being done. That's the issue. That's what grown. That's
right.
what
So
Song is
that's
saying.
why I
He's
looked
saying
up.
that
That's
women
why I
get-
looked up the data. That's why I looked up the data that spoke to the jobs that you guys say that are saying that women don't or won't do.
Does it compensate for the women taking more sick days, taking more days off because
Nope.
they tend to their children? Does
Yep,
it count for the fact that
30%
women
more.
don't negotiate their wages? Does it count for
Nope,
the fact
70%
that men are
haven't
willing
asked
to
for
travel
a
for their
Dear
raise.
God, I'm so sorry. that
Women
the
definitely negotiate their wages. I'm sorry.
It's because they're in
Right.
lanes they don't belong. Because we got all this feminism keep telling these women to be men, and they horrible at it.
What is feminism? Let's talk
And
about
how
that.
is
What's
it being a
feminism?
man? And trying
First of all, Do y'all know the founders of it? The Sikh
Well,
founders.
we all know that, but what's wrong with a woman making a career
And it
making
was never
making money?
Right.
most
Which
of the
way?
black women
The
are
feminism before they actually called it feminism, or just the act of being a feminist? Which one? Which point are you referencing?
So,
Right,
which
there's a
females
difference
think
between
about
being
that?
action and being a feminist.
When the action of feminism started taking place, or when it became an organized thing?
First,
What point
first
of
of all,
reference are
the
you
founder
taking?
of the original woman was married. She was married, and she had a husband. It morphed into something. It's about 4 different groups that morphed. A bunch of girls that had broken homes, that were sick people in the head. Took over this so-called feminist movement, and it morphed into something. And then their number one leader. This is y'all can go to my page and see all the videos. They say
I
now
could care
our
less
number
about the
one leader
feminist
is black
movement
women.
because
They
I don't
are
even subscribe to
black
it.
women.
So.
Less about that
It's
too.
YT women, but in blackface. That's what they are.
I
Black
could care
women.
less about the
care less
feminist
about that.
movement.
And they
That's
left
that's like noise to me. I don't
That
even
the feminist
care.
movement had nothing to do with me.
The
Has nothing
feminist
to do with
movement is
me
one of the
neither.
greatest, sickest religions and failures that has ever happened.
So
It
yeah,
doesn't
It's a
I'm
sick
make me
glad
a
failure.
feminist to have a career,
feminists.
or it makes me actually a smart human being to have a career and
Perfect.
be able to
We
make.
we taking applications. We love smart human beings.
Right, I'm a smart human being, regardless if I'm a man or a woman or whatever. I'm a smart human, and knowing money is
Perfect.
money. Money makes the world go round, and money can burn up as quick, just like paper. It can be gone before you know it.
Yeah,
We
but
love
money
it.
doesn't
What are
create
we
family.
doing in our homes to create the generational wealth for our families, and stop talking about the nonsense of the statistics and the percentages and whatever. Who cares?
That's not
to hear-
nonsense.
Yeah,
That's the only thing
why
you have
would
to
you
go
keep about
on.
the truth? Who cares, right?
I'm just saying the statistics and everything like that doesn't really matter in your own
Yeah, I know.
home. I mean, if
I
you're
believe it.
married and you're building your wealth and your family, then stand on that. Stand on
But
that.
her point is that when women try to do better for themselves, what you do is you always go to
No,
the past
what
about
you-
the
this is what
feminist
she said.
movement.
It's because they're
Men
doing
will
it for
never say
themselves
we're
and
trying
not
to
their
do better
family.
for ourselves.
You just said it. Women are
No,
doing
no,
it
no.
for
I didn't
themselves.
say men.
They're doing
I
it-
They're
said
so
when
selfish.
women are trying to do better for themselves, you always
Exactly.
bring up the
It's for
feminist
You guys
movement.
are a
When you give
selfish
money, if
being,
you
which
give $1
is
million
great.
to a woman, she'll say, "I don't need a man." If you give $1 million to a man, he'll say, "Wow, I get to take care of a family." So when you
Exactly.
ladies are
We're
doing
benevolent.
it for
I don't
themselves,
know
they're
what
not
women
considered
have that
benevolent.
type of
What does that have to
mindset.
do with getting $1
See,
million?
this just you
What
preach.
are
You
you
preach.
saying? That if
All right,
you-
let me stop right here real
Oh my
quick.
gosh.
Let me
Yeah,
stop
I
right here
would
real
never
quick.
say I
Hold up,
don't need
hold
a
up,
man.
hold
And I
up,
also
hold
would
up.
You know
say
why I
if
don't
I had
Hold
$1
up,
million
hold up, hold up,
dollars,
hold up,
right.
hold up, hold up. Grown woman, new prompt. Women have more freedom and rights. Debate question: is that cap? Are things better for women now?
Of
No.
course they're better.
No.
Yeah,
Okay, if it's better for women now, why are women choosing bears?
Because they
women
hate
are
their
choosing.
lives.
I mean, again, that's a nuanced thing.
No,
Like I
let's say
don't.
the truth, bro. I'm tired of this. No, we're gonna talk real. They miss when they man was men. Because when they man was man,
Yes.
they was way more attracted to them.
Yes.
And they have never existed in society where men were manly. They've only existed in society where men had to be weaker because we had to freaking let them do everything. So because you gotta let them catch up, you can't
Yeah,
do
because
exactly what you
times
wanna do.
change, right?
Bro,
We don't live in the
It's
past.
just that
I'm
you
glad.
guys
Do y'all know
are
what
fucking
chromium? He's right.
soft-ass
Do y'all know what
dudes.
chromium is?
Okay, so hold on real quick. Grown
If you
woman,
run a
you're
man,
saying
that's
it's
your- that's
better.
why- that's
Are
why
you
get
saying it's
married. Y'all
better
married,
now
right?
for
Is your
women,
husband soft
or
or
it was
hard?
better back then? That's
Weaker
the
or strong?
question.
I think
Is
it
your
was
husband-
easier back then
is your
because
husband
life
weak
was
or strong?
easier.
Is your husband
Life
weak or
was
strong?
different back then
Is
in the
your husband
50s
weak or
and in the
strong? That's
40s
all
and
you
in the
gotta think about.
30s.
Is your husband weak or strong?
The knowledge wasn't
so you
there.
think I'm asking, is it better for women now or better for women back then? That's the question.
Back then, bro.
Well, I think it's about the, I mean,
It's a hard question to answer, huh?
it is because at the end of the day,
your husband would die.
Because it's hard because so many women talk now as if things are worse now, but yet at the same time they say it's better. So which is it?
I just can't compare because I can't go back to the future. You know what I mean? I can only know what I've read in history books or what I've seen on TVs or movies or anything.
The poverty level for women has grown by 4,000%.
Women are definitely better off now than they were.
4,000%. Oh my goodness.
Hold on, everyone's talking. Hold on. Go ahead, Grown.
I feel like women might be taking social cues from, excuse me, I gotta say this, but you have a lot of people online that are talking about they're on a plantation, we're living in Jim Crow, Master's gonna come sell us, and all the Republicans are gonna do this. So they're living in the past and all this kind of stuff, and trying to appropriate
I agree with that.
sort of, oppressive sort of situation. So I think women are taking social cues from men that are walking around here talking about, the people are against us, men are gonna get us, and all this kind of stuff. Because all I hear is men crying online about somebody kicking their dad out of the house, the white man getting them, and all this shit.
I don't hear none of that shit. Listen, that's in everybody's imagination. That shit not real. The white man ain't even
I hear all this complaining, like the
people
crying about DEI and all this kind of stuff.
The white man don't care. People be saying the white man doing some shit. The white man is over in the white. He not even in the black.
I just got called a white supremacist for telling people
Washington somewhere. The white man living in Washington somewhere with his white family with 90% white population. He ain't even messing with black people. Is black man.
So, Rasta, can I answer your question?
Man, white man ain't doing shit. He make a law. He make a law, and then every black person jump on the law before they read the Bible. What the fuck?
So, in this generation, we've never had.
Just read your Bible.
We've never had this percentage of women's. So let's just give you this based. I'm gonna give you these numbers, and you tell me, do they sound happier? Talking about the stress that fall on them from their children. 76% of child abuse cases today are done by their own mothers. 91% of all the homeless in America are people who ran from the home of their own mothers. 71% of domestic unaliving of their own babies in America are done by their own mothers. Does that sound like women are happier than they've ever been?
The reason they do that, they're
going crazy.
The reason why women do that, even though that is a fact, the reason why women do that is the same reason why dogs eat their puppies. Okay, it's in women
for survival.
No, not for survival. They don't love themselves.
What I'm saying to you is, does that sound like
having kids?
When women have a husband in the house and they feel, first of all, it is natural. I want my wife to go through every myriad of emotion that she's going to feel as a woman and not have to suck that up and to be present for my babies. I don't want her to be over there as a man, not being a woman. It's weird. And it's
so, Song, to your point, are these fatherless households?
Well, I love the word.
Hold that shit in. I
love the word fatherless.
Take that shit out.
These are single women led. They're fatherless in the sense they're single women led, and then I can go into that because there is no other group that gets courts, judges, and police involved from disconnecting the children. They already did a report from over 3.2 million children that they asked them, what was the number one reason why your father was not 3.2 million?
So it was the women. So in all these cases, it was the women in terms of why the father wasn't there, right?
Let me tell you what the children said. That's been surveyed in the last.
No, I'm asking you. I don't want to hear what the children said. I'm asking you from your point of view. So no. Answer the question. So you're basically saying that the reason why the courts are going against this situation is because the women.
Tell your own.
No, just answer the question because I think that's what you're trying to imply. Yes. No. Just answer it.
I get it. You want me to control?
That's what you're trying to imply because you've been implying that the whole time you've been on this panel.
But I'm gonna give you the answer. I'm gonna give you, not the one you could get to control.
You're just rambling. That's what you're doing.
No, you want to control get them. See, y'all can't get the outcome y'all want. Y'all start name calling, right?
No, you just rambling.
Yes, it is.
Everybody done said you already said you gave people $700.
Everybody
hyenas said that. Get his ass.
Yeah, hyenas.
He been up here rambling more than everybody.
That's all they can do.
And what you're trying to imply,
I like when they come on these platforms, guys.
What you're trying to imply is that it's women's fault.
I'm helping young guys not marry y'all. I want you to be who you are. So
that is so Christian and Christ-like. I love Christians. This is exactly why I'm saved.
But he ain't hurting my feelings because I don't have a problem with dating anybody or being married to anybody. So, that's not hurting my feelings.
Not marriage.
I said both of them. And what you're saying is not, and please believe me, fellas, if you're listening to this gentleman, because he's married, who knows what kind of life his wife is living. She may not be happy. So if y'all listen to him, you might not be in a good situation.
My wife ain't. Y'all want the wives to be so miserable. I'm a community of 600 marriages. Don't they want all of that. No, the average single black female is 10.
Plus, believe me, I don't want your wife to be miserable. I really want your wife to be happy, but she may not.
No, y'all don't.
From how you talk.
We hear the pre-diabetes. We hear the inflammation.
See, now, y'all ready to get that back? So when I give you these stats, watch that gonna stop and start crying. Now, if you want to double down, we can double down. I ain't never lost these. I used to win all comedy
He
battles.
said y'all
Y'all not ready for that.
stats. Y'all better get him.
I will
his
break
ass.
y'all jokers if y'all try that. I promise you. You don't go in that lane. Y'all never ready for when men
break
really
him.
give it to
Break
y'all.
something. What he
Y'all
breaking?
never ready when we really give it to
shit.
y'all. So stop that. Y'all not
Bro,
ready
you
for
gonna take that shit?
Ain't no female comedian has ever beat a male comedian. Y'all don't even get on the stage with them. So
He said
because
y'all
y'all
not
know
even
men
funny.
are kind to y'all. So I suggest you
He
stop.
said y'all can't make
When we
fucking-
really start going there, we
He said
start
y'all
going
can't
places
make
where we
jokes.
really
Please,
touch
some
off
more
the
be
page.
killing the
Y'all
stage.
not ready. We
Some more
kind.
be hanging with the best of them.
No,
So that's
no,
definitely
we
not
are.
true. You don't lie yet once again.
No, who-
So go
I
who
ahead.
is
see, we
Samora?
kind. I'm gonna stay kind because y'all ain't ready for direct. Y'all start crying and falling out. So let's
He
see.
said,
What was the topic?
about that. It's not
okay,
me.
see,
It's not me.
don't let that hang. He said you cry and fall out. You gonna take
They,
that?
well, no, bro. Let's go to the topic.
Don't take that shit, see.
Let me see. What
I
is
fuck
it?
with bro though.
I
Debate
don't know who
question.
he
Is
was
it
talking about, but that girl, the Simone might be funny. I don't know who that is. But
better
she might
have
be
more?
funny. I don't know.
You'll never see a female.
No, I
in
said
a
some
battle.
more. Some
Ever.
more. Some
Who's
more
They
she?
than
can't be in a
comedian.
rap battle.
Is she-
They're not
that-
quicker than men.
Some
All
more?
they can try to do is demean.
I mean,
That's
she
it.
might be
That's all
funny,
they
song.
got. When they don't have the
How you know
skills to be
Samora ain't
married,
funny,
the only
song?
thing left they got is to demean. They don't have no skills now. They
Ain't
can only
nobody
show you why
demand
they're gonna
you.
die.
Just
over
get
and
to
over.
get to
So
get
your
to
wife
the
ain't
topic.
funny, song?
But he
So what?
sat
So,
here
song,
and,
your wife
and
ain't
taking
funny?
shots at
And she
women
still
and big
notice
swipes,
she
but
never
he's crying
answered the
because
answer.
he's
They
a
have
man.
nothing. She has nothing that can
on.
help these women
Hold
get
on. I can
wives.
whoop
Me
him. I
help
got
become
time.
wives.
Your wife ain't funny, song?
My wife's hilarious, bro.
Then you lied. You
She ain't
you
funny to me,
lied.
but she's
You just
hilarious.
lied. You said women ain't funny.
Oh no! Then he said,
Your
That's
"Oh,
wife
not
she ain't
what I
funny.
funny to
said,
me."
bro.
How
I
Get
your
said
wife
they
the
will
funny,
never beat a
but no
man in
other
a
woman
comedy
is
battle.
funny. That don't make no
I
sense.
said they will
How
never
your
beat
wife?
a man
You
in a
think your
comedy
wife
battle.
special? You think your wife the only wife on this earth? That's
Bro,
funny.
where you going, bro? Oh, you been drinking?
No, I haven't been drinking. I'm just pointing out a fact. I'm just saying you said
Yeah,
your
you
wife
just
is
jumping
funny, but you
around.
think no
His wife,
other
Right.
woman besides your
So let me
wife
go
is
his
back to
wife
the
funny?
is a
top.
He
special.
pointing out the fact that you flipping up with all this rambling you doing. Go ahead
Yeah,
though.
you
I'm not
said no
offended.
woman is funny and your
I'm
wife
not
is
I
funny.
said flipping up.
How's your
That's
wife?
Yeah.
it.
How's your wife funny but no other woman funny? That don't make no motherfucking sense.
Okay, thanks, bro. I don't know how that became great narrative. I don't know who made that up, but
No,
that's
that's
cool.
what you just said. I asked
No,
you
I
a
didn't.
question.
So you
said
took it
your
and
wife. You
created a
said women
narrative. Come on,
comedians
man.
ain't funny. Your
That's
wife must
okay.
not be funny
Women
then.
have more freedom and rights debates. Is this cat other than no? They've already. This was on like I think
So you
CNN
ain't never
recently.
met a funny
But
woman before?
oh come on, bro. So let's get back to the topic.
You
So
ain't
the
never
topic
chuckled
was
at nothing they did. You ain't never
he's been
say,
doing this to
"Man, that
everybody
shit's
all night, bro.
hilarious."
Seriously. So
He
so the
secretly
topic.
wants a hyena.
No,
Oh,
ew.
Well, I mean,
facts.
shit. I
Facts.
mean,
No. What y'all done? What y'all done
hey, we
already
That's
done?
had
what
some
he's
Listen,
always
hyenas in
talking
this
about.
motherfucker.
this
We
is.
had
Do
some
y'all know
hyenas
this?
in this
He
chat.
Let me
wants
ask the host.
hyena acceptance.
No, that's
The
disgusting.
grown woman,
There's no
she might
problem with
already be
that.
a
No,
hyena.
y'all. It's,
Why y'all
hey,
shaming this
watch
man?
this, bastard.
Definitely.
Watch
Why
this,
y'all
bastard.
shaming this man? If he wants a
Watch this,
hyena, he
bastard.
can take a
Bastard.
hyena.
Watch this.
Leave him
When
alone.
they have a
This is
platform to go talk
crazy.
together, you know what they will do? They will leave their platform and go find men. They cannot survive without being in men's spaces. If they in our spaces,
Can I just
they
say something
find
real
us to
quick?
complain.
Listen,
They have no
men
space.
came in droves to my platform with 3,000 people in the chat to get
They
drilled.
all wanted to hit.
They loved it. They loved it.
Exactly.
They loved getting drilled. Me and Cynthia would drill the shit out of men,
Because males
and they
was
no,
drilling
loved
the
it.
no,
shell.
it was males. Men didn't
What
get in
time do
there.
you hold
That's
these
why y'all.
chats? Hold
That's why
on,
y'all
hold
couldn't
on,
DM
song.
them.
She said she was drilling the shell. Drilling.
I don't do
Drilling
that
them.
by myself.
Drilling them
I
how?
look.
No.
Listen.
Drilling them.
It's no,
Drilling them
seriously.
how?
It's too toxic. It's too toxic. I don't
No,
do
it's
it
not too
anymore.
toxic for me.
See what she just said?
You was drilling them
It's too.
in
It
what?
See
gets
what
too
she just told
toxic
you.
because honestly,
You
I'm
was
gonna tell
None
you
of
the
them. They
truth.
weren't grown.
Was they
Listen, this is the
drilling
reality.
There
you?
were
Or
we talked a lot about femicide and a lot of stuff like that. And so when I let me just tell a quick
She
story.
said she was
When I
drilling
first
them.
got on social media, I had one understanding of men, and that was the men of my family. So I did not know that women were having all of these troubles and all these problems.
But so
and
you saying
all this
you
shit, right?
arguing about other people's experiences?
No,
That's not
no,
even
no,
your
no,
reality.
no. That's not what it is.
So
What
you
I did
arguing
was,
about another? Okay,
what
I got
I
a question.
did was
If you
acknowledge
make
the data.
go, give me
What
2
I
seconds.
did was acknowledge the data.
Just
I
said
acknowledged the
you,
data,
no,
and
no, 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 no,
acknowledging
no.
the
Okay.
data
You just
gets,
said you
gets
arguing
guys
somebody
like.
else's
But
reality.
I can't.
Why are
That's
you
not.
arguing for the enemy? That makes
I
no
wasn't
sense.
arguing for an
Well, let
enemy.
this
I was
That's not your
recognizing that
reality. So why
everybody
are you
doesn't have
arguing
the
for
same
Bro, why you
anybody
chopping
experience.
up
else's reality?
And
sentences?
so what happens is little
This
butthurt
girl, she looked
dusties
up
get
shit
upset when
online
you
to
bring
argue
up
for
the
people that's
facts.
not in
That's
her
real.
reality.
I agree with that. But they do. Most of the listen. The reality is when y'all get on these panels, very
When y'all
very
get on
few
these
of these
panels.
You got
most of these people, when you go look at
that.
their pages, you can see that most of them were not raised. They just got big. They're a bunch of orphans.
She said she
and
loved
fatherless
drilling men
and mentally ill. They're not. 90% of them are zombies. They like.
Let me go.
They
My
just got
husband likes
big.
my husband likes dragging men a little bit better than me, especially intellectually.
Excuse my French, but he talks so much shit.
He, I mean, it's really bitchified. It's really bitchified.
Who?
Sassy.
Sassy. Very sassy.
Not offended.
Right.
Who?
So Kevin Samuels was sassy and all the averaging 30,000 people online.
Hey,
Kevin Samuels talk way better than you. You're very
Kevin
sassy.
Samuels would never even acknowledge
you.
you, but I can show you proof of him begging to get in my chat. Okay, I can show you proof of him begging.